the vast expanse of space, there exist infinite worlds and life forms, and it's up to 4 absolute buffoons to unravel the secrets of creation itself.
Is that a dreadnought? And his life is ended.
Guys, I don't want to die.
Oh man, that was intense.
Join us as we spend 100 days in permadeath. You die, you're out. So say it with me now. Let the show begin. Day 1. We all wake up on a violent, scorching hot planet named Kasbury 10. The terrain is rocky, and the flora looks like it's just as much out to get us as the fauna. We immediately gathered some ferrite dust to repair our scanner to detect resources, and also collected some sodium, as this is the life juice of our hazard protection module in our exosuits.
Technology recharge.
Shortly after, we found the crash site of all of our ships, lined up perfectly, and in the middle, a red pulsing beacon glowed, which, once interacted with, gave us a cryptic message. Iteration deleted. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause sentinel intervention. Fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. And a traveler anomaly has been detected, which is likely us. As for our ships, once we hopped in, we established an intermittent connection to something called Atlas, but our launch thrusters and pulse engines are currently still offline, which is a much more pressing issue. Reality hits us as we realize we have lost all of our memories, and the only good thing we have going for us right now is that at least our ships recognize our input. It was clear that the only way off this rock was to repair these 2 damaged ship parts, so we had to set out to gather critical resources for the repairs, while picking oxygen and sodium plants in order to stay alive, so that is 2 aspects that we will constantly be tracking through our journeys. After crafting metal plating and slapping it onto our rides, we are advised to loot a hermetic seal nearby for the pulse engine, as we can't synthesize that resource, and luckily, the beacon guided us in the right direction with a planetary chart. Before we left though, a firestorm raged across the planet's surface, from which we had to seek cover for a while. Plus, we had to make a visor to scan the area beyond our handheld scanner's reach. Once that was done, we sprinted to the location of this odd, old, abandoned base. Inside, we found all sorts of goodies too, including the hermetic seal that we had to get for our ship. It looks like whoever was here before us left it here precisely for this occasion. Very strange. We then, under the darkness of night, tagged our ships and made our way on back as fast as our legs and jetpacks could take us to the crash site, as our life support dwindled ever so rapidly and the danger of another firestorm was always present. On day 2, we repaired the pulse engine. Now all that's left are the thrusters. To make the fuel for it, we need dihydrogen jelly and pure ferrite. We harvested dihydrogen and made a jelly out of it without much issues. The problem though for pure ferrite is that we need to build a refiner, and as we were gathering resources for this build, we realized that we had to go further and further out from our crash site, which made surviving ever more so difficult. But once eventually we had enough to set up the refiner, we powered it up with a little bit of carbon and then made our first batch of pure ferrite from ferrite dust. We just had enough to repair my thrusters at this time, so we spent the rest of the day gathering ferrite for the remaining ones, which were fixed by midnight. The next morning, I picked up our portable refiner and decided we had better look for a place with some more resources, where oxygen would be very much so up our alley, as we were struggling to find enough to stay alive. So we took to the skies to see what was out there.
Guys! I see an Earth-like planet right over yonder.
Oh.
Dudes, that might be perfect. It looks homey.
We were on our way to what would hopefully be our new home when we got an incoming transmission. There wasn't much to it. All it said was that we are not alone, which is ominous yet comforting, but right at that moment, some space pirates started to follow us, which had us tense up for a bit, but we were so broke that they just quickly lost interest, so that's a massive success in our book. Yet somehow, during this jump, we arrived smack dab at my Patreon page, and holy the support y'all lovelies show me there every single month is such a blessing, let me tell ya. I have nothing but the highest level of appreciation for y'all that directly help to get all these huge videos made. I ain't gonna lie, it's coming clutch harder than y'all know, along with increasing our quality and upload speeds. Signing up with the link down below gets you a list of things, such as access to the private supporter channels in my community Discord, access to a variety of game servers, and your name immortalized in our 100 days videos, so you can proudly show off that you directly had a hand in the creation of these absolutely goofy and colossal videos, plus my unwavering gratitude. So, sincerely, from me and the team, thank you so much. As soon as we arrived at the tropical planet called Earthfield, we realized how beautiful this place truly was. But it seems like the pirates came back for seconds. We indeed are not alone. What's that? Uh-oh.
The threat.
Pirates.
Oh, he's shooting at me.
Oh, shit. I'll
Well,
back you up.
I might
Backing you
just
up.
attack.
I'm shooting them. Red pirate, your shields.
Oh, they're weak as shit.
Boom, baby.
There we go.
Good job, boys.
Hey man, this is our turf now. This planet to us was heaven, and the fact that we found this in the very solar system where we woke up in was just striking gold. Seriously, we only have to focus on oxygen when moving around and can completely disregard the need to keep our hazard protection up as there's no bad weather. However, the plant life and the fauna is definitely making it hard to get around as all the living life is out to get ya.
Be careful, they're aggressive animals. Aggressive animals! Back! Back! Okay. I killed one. More incoming!
yeah.
Big one! Big one!
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Help me! Ah!
After having met the locals, some of us went to gather oxygen for the rest of the team that didn't have enough to even step out of their very own ship. And as if that wasn't enough of an issue to handle now, Alpha accidentally poked a sentinel and had to run for his dear life. Don't worry, he is quite swift on his feet, but we definitely all have learned now that sentinels don't like you harvesting resources in their presence, or, well, to kind of jab them with a laser. Once he was safe, we could all in peace meet up and just stood there in awe and appreciated this planet in all of its beauty. On day 4, we noticed that this place seemed to be getting many visitors, as evidenced by the numerous ships flying overhead, and so after tracing them for a while, Alpha actually found a trading station. He didn't even know what to look for, but good job, my man! We all popped on over to the spot and tried to mingle with the denizens here, but we couldn't communicate with them as we hadn't learned enough words of any languages. We then decided to sell random junk that had accumulated in our inventories for a quick buck, and then followed a mysterious signal out into space which seemed to be emanating from a planet called Aeza. We zipped on over to it, and upon our arrival, we realized the whole planet is actually a very pretty desert, and we will be frequenting this planet very often. Goat even quickly found some buildings which he immediately got to plunder. On day 5, I made a small donation to the local trade spot and received an upgrade for our scanner, which lets us get a lot, and I mean a lot of credits just for looking at plants, rocks, and animals. This was a very worthwhile investment, so multiple of our team actually got it. We then finally found the device that was emitting this odd signal. Sadly though, all that it kept repeating was 16, 16, 16. Seems like code that we have to decipher down the line, but one good thing that came out of this whole ordeal was that the device gave us a blueprint for a base computer, plus for our mining laser, we got a terrain manipulator schematic which will let us shape the ground around us and mine giant nodes of minerals. With these new blueprints in hand on day 6, we blasted back to our planet of Earthfield, but even this tiny little trip had its constant troubles with these dastardly pirates. Once we got our feet on the ground though, we put our new terrain manipulator to good use and flattened an area for our base computer. To build this computer though, we needed an element called chromatic metal, the precursor for which is copper, so that's what we got for the rest of the day. The next morning, with a large haul of this material, we placed it into the refiner, and after no time at all, we got some chromatic metal, which let us place down our base computer. Now we just need a base to go with it, and this spot here right next to the lake looks perfect. It's prime real estate, so we hop straight to the job. And some of the recipes spoke of magnetized ferrite, which you get by putting ferrite dust into the refiner to get pure ferrite, and then with that placed again inside, you get magnetized ferrite. Perfect. Before we did anything significant though, Goat placed the construction research unit. Here we can research different construction pieces and some more stations to build. To learn these blueprints though, you need to spend salvage data, which you can find in buried technology boxes all over every planet basically. With some of this data in hand on day 8, I got to research the teleporter, which after pooling all of our resources together, was able to be placed in all of its glory. Now all we need is a biofuel reactor to power this gosh darn thing, so we're off to gather more resources and more salvage data. Once enough was collected, Goat researched the reactor as he tends to be our electrician, so after powering the reactor with tons of carbon, the portal came to life, but its usefulness would be limited until we had more portals discovered on other planets and stations to connect to. Day 9 was mainly used to grind resources as we had depleted most of our stuff. Same goes for salvage data as we ran out, but we did pick up an unusual signal filled with 16s again, coming from a nearby space station, and our hunch is that that can't be good. Before leaving for said space station though on day 10, our fear was that if I died, which is totally a possibility, our only base would despawn and leave the rest of the crew baseless, so everyone built their own mini base as a backup plan with their own computers. So while they were doing that, I just proceeded to gather an absolute ton of copper to make more chromatic metal as we need so much of this stuff down the line. On day 11, we took to the skies again in search of this supposed space station, and once we got to where the signal was coming from, a jagged spherical construction came into view. We just wanted to chill and refuel for a moment, but we had to zip in quickly since this place seemed to be teeming, patrolled even, by pirates constantly. We linked up to our first portal here, and then promptly started to sell all of our junk yet again.
Oh. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Intact processor for 2.5 mil?
What?
What? Well,
You
I'm
have
glad that I
2.5
looted that from a freaking buried chest thing. We're rich, boys! Oh. Units received. You bet your sweet bippy they are received and smack dab in my wallet.
After that, we all just went to change our suits to something a bit more comfortable, and we were also window shopping during this time, while each of us were waiting our turn to change our clothes. One of the vendors though had a red flicker about him. Once I mentioned the number 16, this life form seemed to glitch out and said, "We are watching you, friend. Find what we left for you." That's a little bit ominous, and right after that the life form seemed to be completely unaware of what it just said, so things are getting creepy. And based on our notifications, we'll have to see if our base computer can help us with this conundrum, but first, we all upgraded our inventory slots right here at the space station, which we will be doing constantly at every space station that we come across. On day 12, we returned to the base and began decrypting another message on the base computer, which read, "Find your path amongst the stars," and with that, new coordinates appeared for us. After that, I built a signal booster, which was pretty neat to scan more of the area. It really didn't help our progress though that we had quite a few desyncing issues, kind of as if everyone was living in a different reality, but for the rest of the day while trying to solve this, we were grinding tons of resources to stock on up. On day 13, we all went out in search of this encoded signal that we had recently picked up, and thankfully it's on the same planet that we are already on. The distress beacon led us to a giant broken freighter too, so things are getting exciting. As soon as we landed, we inspected yet another beacon pod that surprisingly had some partial records intact, including the pilot's log. Sadly, the only thing that it spat out was a burst of numbers and a very short message as it urged us to take to the stars. After that, we got to looting and got a hyperdrive schematic, not for the freighter, but for a ship like ours. It does really feel as though somebody left this here for us, which, again, is quite weird to think about. It's as though we're unknowingly doing a little treasure hunt of sorts. We then obviously decided to loot the place entirely of all of its goodies, and Goat got very irradiated in this process and almost passed away, but the rest of us couldn't break any of the panels surprisingly, so Goat was in charge of all the loot, so he found some nanites and some antimatter too. With our objective being to craft a hyperdrive, we are going to need a lot of copper though, so we searched for some deposits of this material, which luckily is available on our home planet. During our mining session of day 14, Goat found a buried treasure, and it apparently was not appreciated by the local authorities that he dug it up and touched it.
I took it. Ah, detected. I knew it. I knew it. Fly.
Hostile scan detected.
I have to get away from here. Interceptors are arriving.
Dude, you better get out of there, dude. You gotta go.
This is bad.
If anything, like, try and dig yourself underground, maybe?
I'm flying. I thought this was a good escape. It's a bad escape idea, buddies. I only have one behind me yet. Doing twirling maneuvers.
Oh, I
here,
see
boys.
you.
Twirling maneuvers. Woohoo!
Yeah, you're gone.
Flying over the caps hub.
Ah, I see two more. Holy moly, they really want you.
Oh, yeah, no, they are. Dude, oh my goodness, dude, you gotta go. Dude, maybe go into space and warp?
The thing is, they're disrupting me. I can't.
Trading station is not a safe place, no?
Nope. Dude. Oh,
I will
no.
try and escape the planet. Maybe that helps. Yep. It seems like that's the trick.
Yeah, they're slowing down. But they're still after you.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
That was too close for comfort.
I did get a ball though.
We all like balls,
We do like balls.
especially the ones we can sell.
It looked like an expensive one. It was glowing. It's worth 40,000.
The whole team then decided to congregate at a trading post, and I rushed to gather some resources to craft a save beacon, so hopefully we can find this outpost in the future. And after that was placed there, we all purchased 5 microprocessors to install our warp drive, and are notified that the fuel for this is antimatter, which we still need to craft. But we all took off into space to do some investigating and ended up picking up a signal back on the large desert planet Aeza. The next day, we were getting closer and closer to the signal. We got intercepted by some pirates though, who stopped us initially from pulsing away, so nerves were on edge.
Oh, guys,
You need support?
guys, I need help. I need help. I
Running
need
around?
help.
I'm also getting hostile scan, and I don't have fuel. Sometimes the pirates can be very weak, so.
Oh, fuck. I don't know where. They're right on me. They're glued onto me.
Okay, coming.
Yeah, I have to fight here too. Oh, I have 2 ships attacking me.
No.
Yeah, I see you.
I'm trying to help.
Gonna try to not shoot you. Okay, I see them. I'm shooting.
No! I revealed the wrong thing.
I can't see them. My shields are basically down.
Guys, I'm gonna
Shooting
die.
again.
Critical damage.
I'm not gonna make it.
I got critical damage.
Got it. I'm shooting like a maniac, but their health is not going down.
It's taken. Technology recharge.
I'm trying to recharge my shields.
No, their health is not going down for the life
Then
of
you
me.
just trying to escape.
I can't.
They're
Critical damage taken.
I don't see them.
they're always behind you. They're very good. I'm shooting them and trying to chase them. Just keep maneuvering as much as you can because
I'm
they're
trying.
very agile. One of them has only 3 shields, I think. I don't understand this damage indicator.
I don't see them.
Yeah, they're always behind you. They're always behind you. They're like a tail.
Guys, help.
I'm shooting. I'm shooting
dude,
away
me and
as
Alpha
much
are
as I
shooting
can.
them. Goat?
I'm coming. I found you. You can't get
You
back
can't
to
warp,
the
no?
planet.
No, it doesn't. Not letting me warp.
Okay. Because their health is not going down for some reason.
I'm trying to get back to the planet, but they stopped me mid-warp.
Yeah.
Pulse engine is online.
Go, 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 go.
I'm going home.
Nice.
I'm zipping home.
No, we have to f off. We have to
Yeah,
f off,
Guys,
guys.
you go home. Go anywhere else but here.
Yeah, warping.
Go to safety. Oh, that was scary. Oh, that was so very scary.
We need better ships.
Yeah.
ASAP.
No, we can't. This is too dangerous. We can't leave like this. Oh, my shields are coming back online.
You know what I think? That this, like, if they chase you, we can't do anything. Because as soon as they de-aggroed you when you warped, then his shield bar popped off and I could damage him.
Yes.
So it doesn't do shit if we help you. Like, you are on your own at that point.
They were after the salvage data in my inventory, so we made the call to sell that off and avoid this problem in the future if at all possible. So with our valuable possessions converted into valuable credits, we made another attempt to cross the pond. We all landed near the signal's location, but Goat landed pretty much on the building from where it was coming from, and without a second thought, poked some ominous eggs which got him immediately surrounded by very agile and hostile predators. But this whole situation had us quite worried since we gotta get in that building somehow. The next morning, once Goat was safe, we regrouped and cautiously reapproached the signal. It's a structure that the sentient goop has taken over, and in the middle is a corrupted terminal on which the goop moves as we touch the digital interface. From the singular crimson eye, we get a blueprint for antimatter, which we need for our warp fuel, and a strange message. You will find us when the time is right, followed by, yet again, multiple ominous 16s. After that bizarre experience, we decided to get some fresh air and do some sightseeing, and after a little bit of flying around, we came across a large tower of sorts, a massive building which, upon further inspection, is basically a trading post but with even more interesting stalls to purchase and sell items. And after speaking to the people here, we learned that this planet holds cultural significance for the Gek race, and we would be compensated greatly for bringing them anything of value of their history, so I suppose we can do treasure hunting of sorts with some maps that we can obtain here. On the morning of day 17, we finally ended up making the housing and then lastly the warp cell for our ships, but before testing it out, we grinded a bit more launch fuel to make sure that we don't get stuck on a random planet. The other issue we had, obviously, was the constant pirate attacks, so we zipped on back to Aeza, as Goat had seen a lot of sodium deposits there, and we need this resource as it allows us to recharge our shields mid-combat. At some point, Pixel also found a Scatter Blaster upgrade for his multi-tool to deal more damage, and Alpha found a mine with skeletons and bones. He dug out a skull and was able to sell it for a whopping 70,000 credits, so considering that's big bucks for us right now, that was very welcome. As for the rest of the day though, it was just spent farming tons of sodium in hopes that it helps us stay alive. This sodium grind continued well into the next day, and once we had our fill at about noon, we took to the stars and opened our interstellar map. Here we can see so many solar systems that it's well beyond the ability to count, and we see that our home system is called Yggdrasil or something. Goat recommended that we go to Luvica Cat 3 as it's nearby and has a ton of more planets surrounding it, so we have a good chance of getting good supplies there. As soon as we reached this system though, we received a signal malfunction, and our diagnostics plotted a new route for us to go along. This led us to a red, icy planet named Uthburst Major, and once we reached the signal on this icy frozen tundra planet, we appeared to be approaching a Gek monolith. We were thankfully able to expand our knowledge on the Gek language here, but at the center, a voice spoke out to us, and it asked a whole bunch of bizarre questions, but in summary, we know of a crimson entity and it knows of us, which by the sounds of things, shouldn't happen that way. So we need to find said entity, whoever they are, and uncover more of this mystery. It is bizarre how this is a crimson entity and all the 16s keep popping up in red. Either way, on day 19, we were signaled to find a strange individual in space, but before we did that, we made a quick pit stop at a space station to sell off any valuable items to get the heat of pirates off our backs, but luckily, we had gotten so much sodium before leaving because it definitely helped Alpha in a pinch as he was attacked heavily by multiple raiders.
Hostile ships defeated.
Once he was in the clear, we all safely approached the space station, and here we spotted a magnificent specimen of machinery which Goat just couldn't keep his eyes off of. The stats are different on each ship as we inspect them, and sadly, none of us can afford any ship upgrades as much as we would want to. I at least got to purchase a new resource gathering multi-tool, which is huge, and also got to upgrade my exosuit some more. That is when we spotted something that we desperately wanted to build, which was a personal force field. One of the primary resources that we need to make this is cobalt, so we scanned the planets for it and ended up back on Uthburst Major in search of it. This mining operation was underway on day 20 as we entered a cave and found cobalt from these stalactites, and we got to use our new multi-tools here in the process, which are noticeably better. A very worthwhile investment indeed, and so bada bing bada boom, the force fields were made.
Watch out, plants.
There are toxins in here, man.
Toxic protection.
I get one more hit, I'm dead.
Dude, my health is low. What the fuck?
Yeah, poison gas maybe?
Summon your ship if needed.
He's in a cave. Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of these plants ones.
I need ferrite dust? Yes. Recharge hazard protection. Holy shit.
If you come in this cave, anybody, careful of the poison plane.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think I
found-
was like a second away from dying.
Glad I thought about that.
While exploring this icy, cold planet, which we actually grew quite fond of, Goat found a supreme life support module, so we're gonna keep an eye out for these. We definitely don't want anyone dying. While meeting up with Alpha at the trading post, we ended up getting a message from an unknown individual saying that we left them. We lost our memories, so we just kind of respond with that we don't understand, and they decide not to respond to our answer, so the plot thickens. We saved the coordinates at least from the stranger's call, so at least we have that lead. The boys were then at a giant tower and ended up buying a particular upgrade for their mining beam for major improvements. And you know, this spot that we ended up at by sheer coincidence is actually pretty great. It has a trading post along with a giant tower next to it, so there's lots of commerce going on, so we definitely want to set up a little forward operating base here. On day 21, we realized that we really had to start stepping on the gas when it comes to the money-making department, so I decided to get myself a planetary chart, a tool that reveals hidden locations of interest on the planet, popped it out, and flew on over to see what all the fuss was about. It led me to a set of ruins with potential treasures, so I started to excavate, and here there are a handful of gravitino balls, the valuable items that Goat plucked and subsequently got in trouble for, and having learned nothing, I did the same and thus had to escape because the law was on my booty cheeks. So once the coast was clear, I came back on in and found a peculiar holographic comms tower, and little did we know, we will be interacting with these quite a lot down the line. On day 22, we continued our quest for valuable items, hoping to amass enough wealth to upgrade our ships. While the others were grinding resources, I added the boltcaster upgrade to my multi-tool, effectively turning it into a mini SMG. Because you know, ending lives might save our lives. So once that was done, I finally got to constructing that cozy little base for us to warm up in, given the freezing conditions of this planet. So once snug as a bug, to cap off the day, I also got my hands on the advanced mining laser upgrade, a testament to our progress and determination these days, and boy, it was put to good use the next morning, as money was still on our mind, and this thing works great against these floating crystals, which drop these little pebbles that upon analyzing them become any other type of rock, which can be really good income. Every single unit was precious to us, as not only are ships expensive, but we also continuously wanted to upgrade our life support and hazard protections, as even minor infractions significantly impacted those metrics. Don't want to mess around in hardcore after all. So yes, with income being our goal, I found another trading post where I bought another artifact map, and all the boys decided to hop in on this venture, as when I did this solo, I could only loot one of the many gravitino balls because of the sentinels that immediately pounce you. About the boys coming to help me though, it entirely depends if they just survive to get to me though.
No, don't push me, you. Oh shit! No, I got yeeted. What?
Damage taken.
Holy
Watch
fuck!
out.
I'm not dead. I don't have any health whatsoever, but I'm not dead.
Be sure your shields are up so you don't start taking cold damage and just stay put.
Yeah, I landed at base.
I saw you get yeeted.
Yeah? One of these fucking Sauruses, like Stego or something, ran over me and I just got yeeted just as an astroneer. And my jetpack didn't work.
So in this case, we were digging paths to every treasure spot so we could all take what was good in unison and then leave. Here's the thing though, we uncovered more than just balls. There were also chests, of which we looted 3 artifact keys, which Pixel brought to the largest of the chests and opened it, resulting in looting some ancient documents which likely sell pretty well. So first on day 24, we decided to pounce on the gravitino balls and just kind of run for the hills.
Yep.
All right, and loot it in 3, 2.
Oh shit.
What? Oh shit.
Yeah, I did.
I loaded.
Grab it.
That was a horrible countdown.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Alpha said, oh shit, last second, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah,
Like, what?
you said loot it, and I was like, oh, then I clicked and looted already, and then you said 3, 2, and then off.
Well, to the skies, boys,
Yes.
to the skies. Don't look back.
I'm getting attacked.
Just go straight up, boys.
Holy shit. Now the Sentinels are searching me as well. Why?
You're an accomplice.
I didn't do anything.
You're part of Team Caps. You're guilty.
Okay, now I can warp.
Yeah, I lost their heat. I think we're good.
Same.
All right.
We then zipped on over to the space station to sell these off at a better price than on the actual planet. We'll take anything that we can get at this point, so after this financial reset, we decided to focus back on the signals that we have been getting. We need to figure out more of the mystery. So we started by warping to the signal that we retrieved from the individual who blamed us for leaving them, but this proved to be the biggest mistake we ever made.
I have
What is this ship?
pirates on me.
Pirates?
I'm coming.
Yeah, pirates.
Coming,
Which color's Pixel? Oh, they're shooting me.
coming.
I'll get it.
It's done.
Nice.
Are those are two more pirates
There are
behind you
4.
guys?
Yep.
There are 4 in total. Oh, I'm almost done. I'm almost on 4. I don't think I can recharge shields. I can't recharge. I'm gonna die.
I killed
I'm
one.
shooting one. I killed one. Almost.
Someone's shooting me. I don't know if one of you guys. I'm
the
dead.
second one.
I have no shield.
I killed the
killed
second one.
I killed one.
A shield at 0. I can't. My ship is almost done. I'll try
Try
and
and go to
land.
space.
I'm landing. Hopefully that will solve.
Kill the third. Fourth dead. Wait, there's a radiant pillar attacking. Oh, yeah, what?
Let's get out of this place, guys. Sentinels are aggressive here. I'm gonna die.
Oh, leave. Go
Yeah,
outer space.
leaving,
Everybody
leaving,
outer
leaving,
space now.
I can't. I'm gonna die. Oh, I got into my ship.
Good?
My ship is repaired.
Go, go, go. Everyone outer space now.
So you're good, goat?
I'm good now.
Okay.
Holy sh!
Warping.
Whoa. What was all that? Yekon, this planet is hell. What is going on? Oh, great. Hostiles coming in. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm warping. I'm warping.
Yeah. Pastrami. It's a sentinel interceptor. What the fuck?
Yeah, Sentinels are attacking us here.
Oh my gosh.
Just fly away. Try and
you
get away
warp?
from them. Just try and get away.
Evasive maneuvers.
Hostile
Yeah, you're close to me.
They're good. Yep, they're about to halt me. Yep, I'm halted.
Okay,
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm here.
Where are they?
Got his shit
Behind him.
shields down.
Nice.
Oh, I stopped too early.
Yeah, one
Nice,
is down.
thank you.
Yes.
Hostile ships.
Nice.
What was it?
scan detected.
Sentinel
Oh, interceptors arriving.
interceptors deploy. Okay, zip somewhere, guys.
Let's head to the space station,
I
boys.
can't.
No,
I can't zip.
No, me neither.
Holy shit, they have a strong laser.
Yeah, I can't zip.
No, me neither. Now I can.
now.
A pulse engine ready to be. Just everyone try and get to the space station.
Ah, I'm fucking off somewhere.
Okay. Fine. As long as you're safe.
Yeah.
I'm zipping to the space station. I don't know what's going on that has all of the sentinels so riled up. Okay, I'm safe. How about everybody else?
Same. For now.
I see Pixel coming in. Oh, there again. I was safe. They're coming in again. They're coming in again. All right, go.
Yeah, I think you're too close to the planet. I see the red lines
Whew.
towards you.
I don't know what's going on, but okay. Pixel and me are at least safe in the space station.
Same.
Dude,
Okay.
what is going on?
Holy sh! I think it's time we change.
Spaceships?
We don't
No,
want.
well,
Apparently,
that-
we're
yeah, I
not
think-
wanted in this solar system.
Oh, well, boys, I'm just glad that we lived to see another day.
After all that, as exhilarating as that all was, we took a breather at the nearest space station. We had no choice but to use the portal in the space station on day 25 to teleport back to our home solar system, as the heat on our cheeks was astronomical, figuratively and literally. So we were charting our new routes in our old system when the sentinels appeared yet again out of nowhere. They just wouldn't let up no matter where we were. Luckily though, the warp that we did had the coordinates now beaming from our solar system on the planet of Aeza yet again, so we popped on over there. The signal led us to a crashed shuttle. Next to this crash site was also a signal beacon that required some resources to be fixed. Once done, all the messages of the log were scrambled entirely, but the pilot's name was Artemis. We all then received a blueprint for something called a pulse spitter, essentially a damage-dealing thingamabobber for our mining tool, and next we all claimed one of these crashed haulers called Anvil of Frost. It's a big hunk of junk and it's severely damaged, but we got straight away to working on fixing the different aspects of this machine because we want the launch thrusters and the pulse engine ready to bring it to the space station, convert it to scrap, and sell that off. The next day, on our way to cash in, we received a message from someone named Priest Entity Nada. He recognizes us as Artemis Entity though, but they soon realized that we weren't Artemis at all and were only carrying their signal. We tell them our story, to which Nada replies that we likely have been in contact before, and so he signals us to come aboard on his base. We all hopped into this giant metal ball that resembles a circuit board city inside, which gives some major Death Star vibes, but in a pleasant way. Here, we actually got to see multiple other Permadeath players, along with their insane rides, which likely are out of reach for us, but we'll do our best. But once we looked at enough, we went to the center of this place to meet up with this Nada character, who is apparently a divergent from the Korvax, the robots. And we learned that this place was designed by a partner named Polo. Here they have watched as time has come and gone, and Nada explains that Artemis is a traveler entity, but doesn't know their number as they don't see individuals as numbers. I wonder if the number 16 has something to do with this. Nada goes on that it's bizarre that they lost track of Artemis, but we then asked about Nada himself just to get to know him a little bit better, and apparently they had an awakening when seemingly their home planet died, and essentially they're free sailing now. Sounds like the Korvax were kind of like a hive mind, and he's gone independent. And he's put that freedom to good use. He's thrilled to have established this peaceful community here. This goodwill traces back to how him and his friend Polo met, as Polo had found Nada in an abandoned estate and helped him out, so Nada is now doing the same for others. Lastly, we ask about this space station. I interpret it as its own little pocket space, as the Sentinels, and with that an entity called Atlas, which we've heard before, hunts for this place but simply can't find it. As for who Polo is, it's this friendly Gek who insists that we'll find Artemis, and once we leave this place, we'll be one step closer to our objective. Or not, it's all our decision. He seems to be quite free-spirited. 'Twas the next day where we got to explore this giant metal ball and all the vendors that it had to offer, but first we spoke to Iteration Helios, and after a couple of odd exchanges, we gave him some data of stuff we've seen in exchange for nanites. We then checked out an exosuit research specialist, from whom I bought a simple translator module to communicate better. We then did some window shopping for a little while, simply exploring all the different options, and then we asked Nada what we should be doing, to which he replies, saying that we should explore the universe. It's what we're meant to do. He also says that they and many others will help us, even if we seek the Crimson Lyre. Buddy, I'm gonna need you to not be so cryptic. You're starting to lose me. We continued to speak to multiple iterations around the place, some of which gave us nanites for our wisdom. We then also learned how to make the Atlas passes version 1 and 2, along with microprocessors. Next, we all researched the teleporter receiver. This will surely help us with managing our ship's inventories, and Goat additionally bought the economy scanner. Once built, we'll be able to see which solar system is where the big bucks are at. Once we were done with all of our sightseeing, we returned to our main objective of retrieving the hauler. Upon leaving, we also got an unknown signal. The individual in the hologram appears to be frightened by something outside. Turns out this is Artemis, so hi! They're relieved that we found them, but seem to be trapped somewhere with very little light. We likely could establish contact because we found that ship earlier on though. We explained everything that we'd been through, but they cut us off as soon as we mentioned the anomaly station from which we had just left. There seems to be something stalking them outside, 16 of them that look just like them. Again, that number. So I tried to ask where they were, and in fear, they responded by saying, "We don't know who we are. Something has apparently lied to all of us." We'd logically need to find Artemis ASAP, but needed to boost their signal first. So we all got to the nearest space station where we spawned in our rust buckets and got to work. 'Twas on 28 where we got to scrap the Anvil of Frost for more than 3 million units each, and to figure out where to spend this money, now that we have so much, Goat finally made that economy scanner and checked out which system was good. And here's where things got complicated, as we got pounced by way too many enemies and ended up getting separated, as Goat already warped to a system, while the rest of us stayed behind to help Alpha with some repairs after a ton of fighting. It is severely damaged, so it took quite a while to get enough resources to get Alpha's hyperdrive fixed, but once done, we all warped to the solar system where Goat had ended up, which is called Calofal 1. This isn't our final destination, but more like a pit stop in between. For day 29, we were keeping our eyes peeled for more ships, but at the same time, we need to repair and refuel our hyperdrives. I was the first to snag a new ride here though, a B-class fighter called the Floating Imotosak. The boys though were just a little bit too short on cash, so we traveled through the solar system to look for more ships to claim and also sell to remedy this issue. This journey led us to an abandoned building though, on this planet that was filled with bizarre crystalline structures and concerningly alien eggs.
Alright, so there's 2 eggs here. I guess we just get started with that. So we just
Let's
start
go,
with that.
boys.
Alright.
3,
2.
2, 1, fire.
Kill them! Holy, there's so many, so don't be afraid to go back to your ship. Like, back away.
Yeah, because these are the bad ones that jump.
Oh, they keep spawning.
There we
Yeah,
go
they
then.
never stop.
Oh, watch out! Okay, I killed this one.
They must stop at some point. Maybe we have to take the eggs for them to stop.
Okay. Oh, they deal half your shield if they hit you one.
Yeah, and they jump quite far.
Okay, stay close to your ships, boys. Wait, what happened to the eggs that were there?
They're not there anymore. Maybe we have to break all of the eggs.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't think we can take that many.
Is it the same?
The
I
others
think
are
it's
gone.
the same amount.
I'm going my ship. Ah,
All right,
there's
go
200.
ship, go ship, go ship, go ship, go ship.
Oh, they're attacking my ship. Polish. They can damage the ship.
All right, I guess just lift off. I guess just lift off.
Okay, where is my ship?
Do we have to break it and instantly get the eggs?
No, the thing is, I think you have to break all of the eggs while they just keep spawning, and once you have all the eggs broken, they stop appearing, maybe?
But they stopped appearing now.
The thing is, you have to take the larvae that are in there that were lying on the ground.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
roll out for like 2 seconds.
We can try that.
Are you guys ready?
Well, I'm landing. I'm landing.
Make sure you have thruster enough
Yeah.
to take off, because they can damage your
Yeah.
ship quite a bit.
Oh, someone broke it. They're
Oh,
spawning.
What?
They're spawning. I see purple diamonds.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take this here. Oh, I'm gonna die. My shield is gone. I'm gone. I got nothing though, I don't think. It has to load up, and by that time I got attacked by 4. Holy my heart can't take this, boys.
Yeah, no, this is too risky. Let's just leave.
Yeah.
As we were taking significant damage, we decided to retreat into the space station and try it again once we had better exosuit upgrades. Ain't not worth it to risk the biscuit just yet.
Hostile scan detected.
I'm getting hostiles.
How you doing, Crow? You need help?
I was going to get pirates on me, and I bargained them for 16,000, and they're like, "What? Is your life worth that little, dude? Just keep it at that point." And they left.
What?
Yeah, they're like brokey.
Pixel was up next to buy a ship on day 30, another B-class fighter called the Kahama Explorer. We appreciate any extra firepower that we can get. To keep the money rolling in, the boys purchased a couple of more emergency signal charts, and Goat was the first to arrive in viewing distance of his target, and he did say we had a ship on our fingertips, so we're so close to getting more cash, but this is when all hell just had to break loose. It took quite some time till all of this commotion was done and dealt with, but once things had cooled down, we finally were able to land in peace, which is when Goat, from this little device, looted a cadmium drive. this lets you warp to red star systems. We then warped straight on back to the space station and just as quickly began to scrap that ship for a good chunk of change, but in the heat of the moment, I just sadly didn't read the fine print.
Oh, this thing isn't worth too much, 2.8 mil.
What? Claim scrap worth 6.6 million.
What? Holy
Yeah.
No! No! No!
You did the wrong ship.
God damn it.
That's why it was so expensive.
Yeah, now
That's
I'm
why it was so expensive.
not surprised anymore.
Crow! Crow, you didn't. Don't tell me you scrapped your main ship, Crow.
Yep, that's what you call an oopsie doopsie, a fatal error of accidentally scrapping the wrong ship. I guess I did have some semblance of luck though, as a traveler came on into the station and had the exact same ship with the exact same class. That's kind of just how spaceships spawn in systems, so logically I purchased it without much hesitation. But yeah, we just searched for more damaged ships to sell, as there is no doubt in our minds that this is by far our best money maker. We can feel our wallets getting heavier. The next day, and with that our next distress signal, led us to our first toxic planet. It's gorgeous, but incredibly deadly. It is very treacherous to be outside. In this case though, the captain of the ship, a Viking, seemed to be standing next to the broken wreck in a very anxious manner. Although we can't understand him, he seems to be quite angry at his broken shield that failed him. We fixed it up for him with antimatter that we had on hand, although this planet seemed not to be in accordance with it, as it kept pushing toxic clouds in our way that made it very, very difficult to stay alive. It could kill us in a heartbeat. He was overjoyed to get back into his ship, and with that get back to his regular life, and gave us an unstable plasma as a reward. Not as much as getting the ship itself, but I guess it's something. A side note is that I inserted an upgrade into my shield too at this time, so that is always a plus. We then immediately followed the next signal to another ship, and this one was a fighter free for picking. Alpha and Pixel also got an economy scanner blueprint from this here device, and Goat received a pair of gloves to loot very volatile plants. Sadly, this fighter is worse than the one that we already have, but it's good money nonetheless, so we got it fixed up. We also took some time to loot the surrounding area of valuable resources and salvage data, and we won't mention every single time that we get salvage data, as it's all over the place and good money, so we'll be grabbing this stuff whenever we make a pit stop. We continued to do this into the next day, and then once we had cleared out our immediate surroundings, returned back to the Anomaly. Here we started spending some salvage data points that we had accumulated. I spent mine personally on prefab structure pieces and storage blueprints, Pixel spent some on a landing pad and an oxygen refiner, and Goat got the Galactic Trade Terminal unlocked. Then, to top it all off, Alpha also purchased a B-class fighter. It's quite an elegant machine, and he is very pleased. I hope it proves to be useful for him, and with that for all of our survival. Finally, Goat also got a blue B-class fighter, so that means the entire team is now decked out in B-classes. We were all trying to then min-max our ship's setup with the upgrades that we had accumulated from the dismantled ships, and this took us quite some time as we were trying to be as optimal as possible, as where you place these modules, they get boosted if they're next to a mod that is similar. This process continued into day 33, and after refueling all of our machinery, we realized that we had run out of sodium for our shield recharges, so we were keeping an eye out for that. So as we were zooming through space, we spotted a freighter just gliding through the vacuum, so we had to board it and just check it all out, as this thing is huge. We walked up to the captain and also asked for the price of it. It's cheap, but that doesn't mean that it's within our budget. Either way, we then returned to our task at hand and left to gather as much sodium as possible for the entirety of the day. Once we had our fill at some point of day 34, Goat planned a warp route for us, as our goal had been to reach a max economy solar system, so we hopped on over to a system called Yohundeva, so let's get that money. And as soon as we hopped into this place's space station, we spotted an exotic ship. Goat's nose has definitely led us to the right spot. So now, excited, we left to explore the planets that the system had to offer, hoping to find one to make our permanent home. It would be so sweet to live in a 3-star system. However, just because this place is rich doesn't mean that it's any less dangerous, so we had quite a few fights to settle in here, let's just put it at that. Now, on day 35, we went to check out the possibly best planet this place had to offer, called Lemle Alpha. I note that it's not the worst, but definitely not pretty though, and that's not even mentioning that it's highly irradiated. So this place is a definite no-go. At least this place has tons of copper, so we met up at a spot as the whole crew and gathered, and with that processed different metals, which were used to create an astronomical amount of fuel, allowing us to focus on other tasks for a while and warp to different solar systems to find the perfect home. We just escaped some pirates and warped to the next place called Suvurde Tajim, a 3-star economy system from the Korvax.
Warning. Threat detected.
The next day, more pirates appeared, and after fighting them and making some evasive maneuvers, we just got away by the skin off of our teeth. As for all the other planets, they were honestly very bad, but we explored a planet with these floating rocks, and it contained light pillars throughout. Very, very pretty and bizarre. Either way, Asgoat was trying to chart a path for us to warp on further. Alpha already was single-handedly fighting off waves of enemies, so all of our close calls have been paying off in practice. We just can't get too comfortable because one misslip will be the death of us. So, once we were all in the clear and without pirates on our cheeks, Goat warped to the next system to see where we needed to go. Little did he know, though, that the rest of us couldn't warp that far with our ships, and ended up getting himself in one dastardly dilemma.
Uh-oh, enemies.
Oh,
Enemies
no.
on me.
I can't see where you are.
I can't see where you went.
They're awful, but uh-oh. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. I've 8 targets on me.
Halazak.
We literally cannot back you up.
One down. Oh, I got hit by a ship. Are you crazy? I'm really getting hit. 6. The sodium's really coming in handy. Stop hitting me! Stop it! Okay, another one down. Okay, got another one.
Go, Goat! Go, Goaty Goat!
4
You got
remaining.
this!
Ah, I got hit by one.
You playing bumper cars or something, man?
Yeah. No one screws around with this space goat and live. Luckily, I have friendlies helping me now. I mean, while they're flying around, not really helping, but...
If they distract, that's still helping.
Another one down, 2 remaining. 1 remaining. Heading the last one. Oh, I'm confused. Got it.
Nice. So you're safe? You're safe?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man, that was intense.
For being the savior of this massive dogfight, he was invited upon the freighter. Once aboard here, the captain expressed his gratitude to him and gave Goat the option to claim this C-class freighter. He could have taken the money, however, a freighter could be of great use to us, so he snatched it up. Now, to prevent separation issues like these in the future, we all upgraded our hyperdrives to cap off the day. That sounded like a good plan. On day 37, we all then jumped to Goat's location in an unbothered fashion, so Goat, leading the way, hopped to the final destination he had marked for us, but only Pixel could hop that far, and by sheer coincidence, I happened to be inside the anomaly at that time and was spewed out in the system that the two of them reached. So Alpha followed suit and just kind of did the same thing. So we're all together. We all agreed that we had hopped to enough systems for a good while, so we checked out the planets to see if any of them were hospitable options. We had investigated various systems, multiple planets, trying to find one in good economy systems, but you know what? There's just no place like home. There is no place like Earthfield. So we had to make the tough decision to make our main base back there and just use our portal to teleport to the space stations in the 3-star economy systems for commerce. This meant that on day 38, we had to search far and wide for a suitable build location, as we wanted to make a mega base that was quite separated from our small ones due to the desyncs we were facing. Pixel honed in on a trade post that he found, which was also near water. This was definitely the right spot to call home. Besides our neighbors being the trading post so ships can come and leave all the time, there's this nice flat piece of terrain just a little bit out in the water where our construction began. But in order to make this massive building, we all grinded for tons of materials to make this process as smooth as possible. For day 39, we all went on a salvage data hunt as well, as we needed to unlock far more structure pieces to build something at least decent. We were just running around all willy-nilly, snatching up as many of these as we could, just very, very happy to be back on Earthfield. But it's as if we've forgotten about the local wildlife, as it can get quite hectic around these parts in the blink of an eye.
Oh,
What?
Go, Pixel!
Just watch it.
This reaches far.
guys, I don't want to die.
We're shooting it.
Oh shit, something's right behind me.
Ah!
Another one. Oh, there's so many T-Rexes. Kill them all.
My health is non-existent at this point.
Oh, well, don't stub your toe now.
Aside salvage data, it was at nighttime when we found the motherlode of all copper nodes, just what the doctor ordered for our construction, so we gathered as much of this throughout the entire night. Now on day 40, with enough salvage points to go around, I spent them to learn more structure pieces, Pixel learned all refiner sizes, Goat researched more electrical components, and Alpha dumped his data into random farming equipment. We then got home to continue our build, but that's when the pirates had found our planet. They seemed to have followed us here. One of them just kind of parked and Goat popped him like a piñata. Definitely not the smartest ones we faced, but we weren't complaining. As for Pixel, he built our first landing pad, suspended by the water, so we can land here without having to use up our launch fuel. As for Goat, he was building a better power grid, and I built a biodome for Alpha's future farm. Resource gathering was definitely still on the menu the next morning, but at least we got the storage vault up and running to protect our treasures and supplies. Goat also got himself a new and only slightly improved scanner, so that's something. But yeah, resource gathering throughout the day paid off in the form of 4 landing pads by midnight. These things ain't cheap. On day 42, even more grinding led to making the space's portal, but with all these new developments being built, we were struggling to have enough power for them all. Also, a little side note, I did make a bridge to the mainland, and I'm very proud of it. As for Pixel, he kinda had enough of grinding resources, so he just went to buy some at the nearest space station, which led him to plop down a large refiner, skipping the medium one entirely. But this just underlined our enormous need for power, so Goat was reworking our entire system by installing backup batteries so we don't just have power during the day from our solar panels, but also at night. On day 43, I was grinding gold and silver amongst an asteroid field when I got pounced by some powerful hostiles. Our ships are simply not cutting it anymore. That much is very clear. After having barely lived through that, I started getting anomaly detectors from the asteroids. Wonder what that's for, but we're happy to live another day, and that's what's most important. But the repairs are getting a little bit pricey. And because of the constant part breaks, Alpha learned how to make starfield batteries to keep our shields up. Goat was then using the gold that I got to make even more solar panels, and I was using the silver to make some more windows. I then unboxed an illegal oxygen refiner, which stats were actually pretty freaking great, and Alpha, once home, used the remaining silver that I had to plant Gravitino hosts, essentially plants from which we can get our own Gravitino balls to sell. The base was pretty much complete for the time being, and we are super proud of it, but our next priority involves our ship repairs, and for them, we are going to need some cadmium. We decided that we wanted to head to a red star system on day 44 to find said material, but before we left, Pixel provided me a repair kit that actually helped to repair some of the most expensive stuff, but I'm still going to need more cadmium. As for Goat, he did manage to install a cadmium drive that he looted prior, but the rest of us had to head to the Anomaly to see if we could buy a blueprint there. Luckily, we found it for purchase and it wasn't going to break our wallets, we just had to build it. So gathering and refining the chromatic metal for the 3 cadmium drives was a significant time investment, sure, but teleporting to the space station to just purchase what we needed was a lifesaver. So we all got it installed by the end of the day. On day 45, we warped to a red star system called Bayasu. Here there was a fungal planet with an enormous ring where we scanned for the red cadmium deposits, and we were going to make this trip worthwhile by grinding a ton of this stuff, as we figured out that if you set your terrain manipulator to very small, you get way more bang for your buck, time-wise speaking. It's slower, but you get just astronomically more resources. Alpha also figured out that we can get uranium from this bubbly stuff, as well as gold chunks, so we harvested all of those as well. This planet had silver to boot too, so we snatched some up that we can plant more Gravitino plants at base. Either way, while the three of us were gathering resources, Goat was just exploring the solar system, see if he could come across anything of value, and he did find an abandoned freighter, but this broken husk only had a smidge of gold left. It felt like plundering an abandoned pirate ship which somebody else already got to. As for day 46, Pixel was such a fan of this planet we were on that he actually started to make a little hut, and inside he placed down a teleporter, as this solar system does not have a space station for us to warp to and from. So with the fob made, we went on home, and after making some deuterium in the refiner, I combined it with my cadmium to repair my ship fully. So that's a big relief. We then just spent a little bit more time here back home, filling out our biodome with Gravitino plants, as this can be financially beneficial for us in the long run. With everything now under control on day 47, we decided to reach the long-distance transmitter that was pinging at the planet of Aeza. As we searched for the spot, I did stumble upon a bunch of navigation data that I plucked, and also an exosuit upgrade chart. Either way, the signal tower was one of these fancy ones that I'd found some time ago. So once we got enough sodium and powered up the tower here, the signals started flowing on in. We tuned into one from Artemis, getting a signal match. Here we can speak to them in a holographic form, and Artemis is relieved it's us again and assumes that we are real, to which we say we kind of really hope so. They're overjoyed to hear another individual's voice as they rip out the speaker from their exosuit, as it was saying terrible things to them. Sounds like a bug in your system there, buddy, but we ask who they are, and they say that they're a traveler, just like us. So we ask what they mean by that though, and they respond with a vision. A red star in a fragile world with whispers and shapes that we simply do not understand. We see life forms across galaxies, a stranger's first breath yearning for the stars, and ourselves slumbering in a crimson void, waiting for a dream of worlds. We could hear something through the darkness though. A breach was detected from an anomaly. Designation Traveler. They are then prompted to awaken. All of those visions have been tormenting, haunting Artemis since they awoke, and honestly, us too now. We must all realize that we are the travelers exploring the galaxy, and we are different from other life forms, they say. But before Artemis got stranded, wherever they are, they were on a journey, but the location gets lost in the signal interference, so they're trapped somewhere, we don't know where. Then they ask if we have the data from the crashed ship that we found, to which we oblige and send it on over. Artemis says their equipment is damaged and they're on foot alone on a sunless world, and we agree that if we build signal boosters across this solar system on different planets, we can triangulate our position, and thus Artemis can find their way out of their conundrum. So once we complete that task, they'll give us any other information that we may need. They're just really happy that we agreed to help out, as this will definitely save their life. So we wasted no time on day 48 and plopped down a signal booster right here and started the triangulation process. With that, this place is registered for us and we're prompted to relocate. Our journey then leads us to the next planet, called Roes Prime, a bubbling planet it says, and as we observe, the entire planet seems to be covered in soap bubbles, which we find hilarious. We then received an extra inventory upgrade from an exosuit station, and once everyone had triangulated their location here with the signal booster again, we wrapped things up and traveled to the final destination, which happens to be Aeza again. This one, however, brings us close to a satellite station. And with this place done, triangulation process has hit 100%, and we then get another message from Artemis now that we have things completed. They just prompt us to get to a hollow terminus to upload our data so that we can find each other. And said terminus is all the way back on Roes Prime again. Lots of jumping back and forth across the pond here. So we scaled another one of these towers on this planet, pressed some buttons, and talked to Artemis yet again. We now receive their data, a star chart that they drew up from their location. Artemis doesn't know how long they've been where they are, but just like in the sailing ages, the stars can always guide you home. We then need to speak to the locals to see if anyone can match the star patterns from the drawing, and to facilitate this, they'll patch our translators, allowing us to better understand other life forms. And with that, we learn how to make the Artemis translator, which isn't too pricey to make actually. So the next morning, we grinded out some carbon and some copper for Pixel to make a bunch of microcrossers, which he learned how to do.
I like how this planet looks dead, but it has bubbles and a double rainbow and a ring and a blue sky. Like, it's so contrasty. It's like dead, but so happy about it.
Well, it's not dead. It technically has these balloons that bleed 24/7.
True. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know how to feel about this, actually.
It didn't take too long on this day to complete the translators, and with that, we're prompted to go to stations with sentient life and have the translator calibrated by speaking to some. So for this, back to the planet Aiza we go, and there we interacted with some Gek who were very, very friendly to help us understand their dialect. We even got a planetary chart for showing points of interest of their culture. After that, we hopped on outside where we interacted with some knowledge stones that helped us further our Gek language knowledge to complete the process of calibration. So with calibration at 100%, we now need to visit a life form that can possibly help us locate planets in Artemis' star chart. Our contact is in a trade station, and his name is Underling Kure. Sadly, he is unwilling to interact with us as our reputation rank with the Geks is too low. So to remedy this, we head on over to the space station of our solar system to accept some missions, as completing them will hopefully up our reputation enough. The first task we accept is to just hunt some low-level pirates. Seems easy enough, so it was on day 50 when we decided to teach these punks a lesson.
All right, boys, give him hail. Boom, one's dead. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to fight over this broken space station. That's why we're assigned to kill these.
I guess it's not.
Holy crap. Oh, hey, boys. Holy moly, they spawned on my cheeks.
This is the shit show.
Whoa.
Nothing is attacking me.
Dude, this place is light. It's just filled with pirates.
Okay, one will be down. God damn. He recharged his shield. Nice.
Oh,
one's down.
Yep, I saw that. Nice, good job. My shields are half though. Oh, this one's strong. He has a lot of shields.
Okay, I have to leave now.
Okay, this is bad. I have nothing to recharge my shields.
Anomaly is your best friend, buddy.
I'm already in the anomaly.
All right, I'm spawning the anomaly. I'm hopping in. Dude, that place is like chum in the water, man.
Okay, killing the second one. Nice. Down.
Alright, cool.
At least their friend is helping. Oh. Okay, next pirate on site.
How are you doing so well, Alpha?
I have 34 batteries in my Red Bull.
Okay, that explains a whole lot.
Gotta go prepared.
Okay, I think I got outstanding decrease. I attacked the friendly.
No! That is the opposite of what we were here for.
Yeah, I'm gonna need sodium to finish this. I'll summon the anomaly.
We were puzzled as to why, after so many baddies slain, the mission had not progressed at all, but that didn't stop Alpha from just duking it out with an interceptor.
You just have a couple seconds for it to recharge its shield. No. Okay, wait, I got him. Yeah, come on. Yes. Woo! Oh, I see more pirates.
Get to safety, Alpha.
1 second, I have this interceptor basically dead. I have a good shot. Yeah, I can't focus right now. I'm getting. Okay, I have to cough. Oh, I have battery. Never mind. I was wrong. And his life is ended.
Really?
Yes.
That's
More
our
of this.
first.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah,
Ciao.
the first interceptor kill. Good job, dude.
Thank you. Took me a while.
Okay, we teleported back home immediately, as with all of those close calls, we had to make a ton of more Star Shield batteries. This was also the perfect time for our farmer Alpha to pluck all the Gravitino balls that had grown, which he distributed equally between the team so we can sell them off for a pretty penny, so our investment has definitely already paid off. As for day 51, we were just continuing on our mission grind, and one after another, we were indeed increasing our standing with the Gek. I also got to install an illegal warp drive booster looted from the pirates for better efficiency. For some of us though, increasing our standing took quite a bit longer than for others. Alpha, for example, his standing was so low that it was below rock bottom, as he probably killed multiple friendlies in the crossfire unknowingly, so he really had to put in the legwork to get to a decent enough score. So as we waited for him all day long, Pixel put in the time to upgrade his weaponry quite decently. So on day 52, we returned back to the Gek that was to help us with the star map, now that our standing was increased, and we tried to get him to help us, but he released some smelly gas from his body until we offered some credits for the information. Strong-arming us like that was very amusing to him, so he ended up giving up the information for free. I guess they do have a funny bone here and there behind all that capitalism. Either way, he then tried to create a map to Artemis for us, but he noted that the data might be corrupted, as no such location actually exists. We question if maybe he could have made a mistake, which gravely offended him, so I guess all that standing that we had was for nothing. After that, we took to the skies again to have another call with Artemis, and they are so excited that they even shoot their multi-tool into the sky to mark the location so we can find them. And here is where we have to break the very sad news that we still have no idea where they are. This has Artemis quite baffled, as they can't have traveled so far into uncharted space. We even found their crash site, so they couldn't have been that far. We ask how they got to where they are, and as we do that, the communication gets interrupted, and Artemis looks to the sky with a panicked stare. They explain that the stars themselves have changed position since they made that chart, which spirals them into panic. As tension builds, we ask what's happening. Something is also coming for them. Artemis can sense danger nearby. Quickly, Artemis says that they found glyphs for a portal between worlds, thinking it would lead them to another one of our kind, they say. They actually now question whether the voice that told them to go here is even real. The pathway collapsed while still inside. They thought they had arrived at another planet, but they were very, very mistaken. As panic rises, we quickly ask for those glyphs, but they're so lost now. Their panic continues, mentioning in broken sentences, 16, warn your face. That's where the signal gets cut. But through the static, the last thing we hear is Apollo. So we quickly register that ID. We then summon the Anomaly to bring the sad news to Nada. We then just simply info dump everything to him, and Nada explains that Artemis has apparently slipped between worlds, specifically to the data fall. Apparently, the anomaly exists in one of these types of worlds, similar to a pocket dimension we interpret, but this one, at least from the anomaly, is stable. Nada is also worried that the cracks are widening between iterations, which doesn't help us at all, he says. And curiously, Artemis in our conversations didn't remember Nada at all, which is very puzzling, as this Apollo fellow is also unknown to Nada, and he kinda knows everybody. They then expand on the fact that the false crimson deity, known as Atlas, hunts Nada, but we could seek it out and hopefully draw it away from them. This brings our conversation to Specialist Polo close to midnight, who can provide us with coordinates to Atlas stations and black holes, which could have us tracing the location of this crimson entity. On day 53, our mission continues under the name Ghosts in the Machine, and all we know before the Artemis signal got cut out, in summary, is they were surrounded by strange figures described to have seeds of glass in their skin, a frequency for someone named Apollo, and that glyphs are correlated to portals to hop between worlds. Right now, our best lead though is Apollo, yet we don't know if they're friend or foe. Regardless, it's our only hope, so we scanned our system to find a new hollow terminus, and there attempted to communicate with this individual, and we actually got to contact this person. They seem robotic, but not necessarily like a Korvax. He firmly asks us to identify ourselves, to which we answer that we are friends of Artemis. He kind of insults us for believing in the notion of friendship and that we're actually friends with Artemis. He also seems quite bothered for being called in the first place, but Apollo appears to be the person that Artemis wanted to meet about some weird dreams, so they have been in contact before. However, he wouldn't help them at all unless paid for said service. We tried to explain to him that Artemis is in deep trouble, and then thus info dump everything onto him, which makes him quite uncomfortable. He thus requests the data log so he can actually inspect everything himself. After analyzing it, he glows with excitement as he's picked up noise from sentinels in the data, but it's still distorted in a way. He concludes that there's a lot to gain if we figure out how sentinels appear on planets so quickly, and suggests that these portals that Artemis mentioned might be the key as to how they appear, and we agree that could make a whole lot of sense. And thus, we all became partners in crime to reveal the secrets of the Sentinels as, dear Lord, it feels like every sentient being in the universe hates these things. Also, yes, there is the benefit that if we figure out more of the Sentinels and how the portals work, that we find Artemis. We'd absolutely have that as our main priority. Now, the first order of business is that we need to expand our base of operations first. He ain't gonna work with no brokies, so he sent us a contact to get supplies that we need. We should just be polite when engaging with them, he says, which he could learn a thing or two about. He's quite the brash bloke. As we end the communication, we catch a glimpse of Apollo actually, though, being saddened by the news from Artemis, so I guess there's some humanity in there after all. After that lengthy call, though, Pixel just couldn't resist and ended up taming one of those constantly bleeding balloon animals. I'd say it has a face only a mother could love, but it lacks even that. He is just overjoyed with everything on this rock as it's registered to be discovered by Pixel. After a good laugh or two, we went to scout out where the supply contact was and traced them all the way to the Luvica Cat system, where we had been previously, so we just warped straight on over there.
Oh,
Oh, boys. It's
what's up?
freighter time.
Ah, nice.
I'm joining you.
Oh, boy. Here we go. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to try and not hit friendlies to the best of my capabilities.
No promises.
No promises, though.
Are you fighting something?
Yeah, I have my freighter battle here.
Okay, well, I'll just observe you then. There's nothing going on here.
Ah, so it has to be solo.
Oh.
Good luck.
Boom, one down.
How many remaining?
I have no idea. I ain't gonna lie, I am not the best shot on this side of the galaxy. There you go. We're at the second one.
I mean,
All right. Whoa. Shields recharged, and they are in my face again. Oh, buddy. I'm trying to lock on to you, man. There you are. I have diverted my powers to my weapons. You're not escaping me, buddy. Oh! Holy... The maneuverability on some of these ships is nuts. All right, I think that's the third one. Hostile pirates remaining 6. Well, you know what? I'm really glad we learned how to make these freaking shields.
Oh, yeah.
Pirate Master.
Oh, good luck, soldier.
His shields regenerate so fast. You know what? 2 can play at that game, buddy. I got shields for days. You know what? This engagement has me really appreciating maneuverability on ship. That might be a stat that I'll look for in my next purchase. If I live to see that day, that is. Oh, he's almost dead. What? Hold still. Ha ha! Oh. 4 more to go. Holy moly. Whoa. They keep coming in like short waves. Oh, wait, is that a friendly? I think I was shooting a friendly. Hold on, he had green lights. He had green lights trailing him. I'm gonna not shoot that guy. I'm not shoot that guy. That's my biggest concern now, just ruining the situation by killing friendlies. Yep. It's if they have green lights behind them, they're friendly. Took me a little long to figure that one out, but, you know, better late than ever. It's another one down. Oh, not last one, but 2 more to go. You know what, Goat? I have a whole new level of respect for you because this did not take you this long.
It didn't? I don't know, felt like forever.
Cadmium drive critically damaged. Oh, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You know how expensive that was to make? What? You, die. All right, last one. Come here. Pirate master, my left nut. There it, heathen. Woo, mama. Civilian fleet saved from pirates.
Nice.
Hello, Captain. On to the large vessel I go.
I then boarded the freighter and spoke to Captain Legafelan, who gave me this C-class freighter for free out of pure gratitude. On day 54, we had to do a little bit of upkeep. The boys were just repairing their ships, and we all divided more Gravitino balls that had grown to sell at the markets.
You know how there's the concept of a mule? Well, I have the guy to do the job.
Got a donkey? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Can I ride him?
That's one of the cat cows.
Yes.
I didn't know this game went that far.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, can you actually shoot with that thing?
I have no idea.
Well, what are we gonna name this dude?
I don't know.
I'll be right back.
Cat with guns.
Cat gun.
Gun cat.
The mini cat.
Cat cow.
Cat nun.
I know. I got the name.
cat.
I got the name.
All right.
Catling gun.
Catling
Catling
gun.
gun.
That's perfect. Yes.
Welcome to the team, Catling gun.
And of course, a good kitty cat needs some good catnip, and I recently looted some illegal nip buds from a pirate cache. It sells for a pretty penny in Gex systems because it's like catnip to Gex, but we're just gonna plant some for decoration. That's all, just for that. The pet taming continued into the next morning, as Goat tamed himself one of those giant hostile T-Rex species. This one in particular came with glowing tentacles on its back. I also got a purple cow in the mix, which looks adorable. Goat then quickly installed our very own trade terminal in the base to save on time with trades, and after that we all just traveled to the Luvica Cat system to meet up with our contact. He was very excited to help us out and had multiple new goodies in store. First off, we all got to choose an exosuit protection module, plus we got a lot of salvage data to research more structures, plus some new building schematics to boot, which prompted everyone to expand their base a little bit to progress the story. And we ended up making the most out of this task as the boys built these circular rooms to progress their quest line at our main base, Caps Prime. It made it larger, which is never a bad thing. Thing is though, during the build, a very bizarre electrical wave was chasing me personally. It was bizarre, very dangerous, and I am not risking touching it. Once it had passed and the boys had progressed, we saw that the next step is for us to find employees to man our base. The next morning, I just placed down a construction terminal in Caps Prime, which needs to be manned by one of said employees we need to find. As for the boys, some of them still had to progress through their electrical wiring to progress the quest further, and so in the meantime, I just placed down 2 more biodomes for our planting operation. Pixel then found a crashed ship next to his old build, so he sniped that super fast for a quick buck. Very welcome increase in cash, and after that, it was time for employee hunting. Amongst the Gek, we found Manager Kellet, who can assist us at our base at the construction terminal. He says he's basically ready to go, and he was paid in advance, likely by Apollo, at least that's what we assume. So back at home, he's already working and needs chromatic metal to prepare to recruit a Korvax scientist. So on day 57, we quickly bought some at a space station and handed it over to him. As a quick side note, Kellett seems to be ashamed of the greed that the Gek are known for and wants to change that. As for the science terminal, we need to go to a Korvac system and hire a guy there, so in search of this new employee, we hopped on over to a spot when Pixel actually got caught in the crossfire of a freighter battle.
Okay, I'm now in the freighter fight. Shit.
Oh, okay.
It's freighter time. Good luck, Pixel.
Okay.
I hope you have shields, buddy.
I do. Okay, 6 remaining.
Don't you die on me, buddy.
Gotta watch your stream.
All of the ones with red flames are evil.
Yeah, red flames evil, green flames good. Nope, no touching.
That looks bugged. Holy shit, that destroys me with one shot.
Are you looking at my fight?
Yeah, I need to use those things.
But not faster than Pixel's guided fuse systems.
I have one more.
Dude, you've only one left? Dude, you're doing that in record time.
Yeah, the thing is he uses the missiles that we all were too dumb to use.
I didn't have them.
I haven't installed it either.
Then only I was dumb.
Okay, well,
Yep. I'm done.
wow. Dude. Okay, we need to install those rocket launchers.
There's a reason
ASAP.
why I have the mercenary tag already, or like one of those crazy ones.
Well, a happy new freighter, my guy.
Hey.
Pixel had gotten a little bit more luck than the rest of us, which was in the form of a B-class freighter instead of a C-class, so he took it with glee. We then searched at the space station for a Korvac scientist to hire and actually found a fellow who was just absolutely beaming with joy to help us out. Goat actually took the time here at the station to buy himself a B-class rifle too, which packs a heavier punch. As for our scientist friends, which have settled in back home, they are very excited to get to work, and they actually teach us how to make lubricant and acid. We can continue to progress their investigations by providing them with necessary resources, but for now, we headed back to space to call Apollo. He is his usual self, saying he can always hire more help as units are just used to assert dominance over other life forms anyway, but on to more important matters, we need to upgrade our armor, he says. He doesn't want us dying on him after all, that would be a failed investment. We're to find nanite clusters in abandoned buildings, one specifically that sentinels have destroyed in the past, and then trade those nanites to get better tech to survive. And on that topic, he actually gives us the blueprints to make a personal force field. What a nice guy. On day 58, we detected one of these abandoned buildings on Aeza. We keep frequenting this spot, so we zipped on over to this familiar planet. Upon our descent, we spotted a broken freighter nearby on the ground, which obviously we just can't leave unlooted. So amongst credits that we got, we also looted a hypercore, unstable gel, and a cargo upgrade for my freighter, which is huge. Now to the topic at hand, we ran into the abandoned building where we were to retrieve nanites from this here terminal, which occasionally blings crimson red, but it doesn't seem to notice our presence. And things start getting really freaky. We begin to question reality itself, losing our minds as the slime apparently had clogged the vents in our suits in the past, but we know that we had vigorously cleaned our suits. We still can feel it clinging inside of us though. Snapping back to reality, deep in the code of the long-dead traveler's data log from this place, we find some nanites, which is precisely what we came here for. So we hopped on over to a technology merchant, offered up said nanites, and installed an upgrade for our bolt casters to deal more damage. Upon leaving the station, we received an unknown signal, once again stating that we are not alone. The voice says it knows us, it knows where we've been and where we are going. We ask quickly who they are, yet they only repeat, "You will find us when the time is right." We are then called by Apollo, so it was definitely not him. He asks us if we are ready to take on a very large quest. We assume this is going to involve violence due to our recent offensive and defensive upgrades he instructed us to get. Plus he says, "Let the hunt begin," which can't be good. And indeedly do, it involves a Korvax installation that he has detected. Apollo then briefly explains that he actually wasn't born into this robotic shell and sought revenge against those who hurt him to the brink of death and forced him to need this robotic body. But back to the mission. The goal is to figure out how the Sentinels use the portals, and to do that, we need to summon them. He concludes that attacking the Korvax factory, where he found the Sentinels, will cause them to appear, as they are robots just like them. Sound logic, I suppose. We need to hack a terminal in the facility, and even then, if we don't get enough of them to spawn, it will give us enough information from the data we retrieve on the portals. So, we download the coordinates of the spot, and for the first time, it seems like Apollo shows some respect for us. I knew you'd come around, buddy. As for day 59, we all agreed that we needed to prepare a little bit more for this upcoming attack, which means it's time to grind some money. And to do this, we hopped into a 3-star economy system, as we hoped by farming crashed ships here for a while, we would actually get higher tier ships for sale. The start of this project, though, was a little bit bumpy.
Hostile ships approaching.
I guess this is it, because it immediately says hostile approaching.
Yeah. Well, good
Okay.
luck, boy.
Shooting. Nah, don't, nah. Go away. I don't want to kiss you. I want to shoot you. Okay, one down. Okay, 2 down. Well, which one do you want me to shoot now? Okay, this one.
Now remember, don't kill friendlies.
Yep.
Friendlies are friends.
Nah, fuck you. Ugh, people. Okay.
I see you fighting out there, my boy.
Yep. Right, friendlies, get out of the way. Come on. Flying between me and the pirate.
Look, is this the one you want to shoot? Is this the one you want to shoot?
Yeah. Okay, left. 4 more? Yeah.
I think he's got this, boys.
Oh, where did... Ah, there you are. Ah, come on. Switch weapon. There. Good. Where did you go? Ah, there. Okay. Friendly, get out of the way. Okay, 1 remaining.
Hostile ships defeated.
Oh, defeated? Oh, okay, I guess that was it.
All right, good job, man.
Nice, thanks.
Alpha was just beaming with excitement as he got just as lucky as Pixel and was able to collect this here B-class freighter. As we all had officially claimed one of these till now, we summoned them in and compared facilities and stats. My freighter, which I dubbed the Rusty Axe, has tons of plants, a nutrient processor, and a plantable garden. Alpha's freighter, named the Freitaner, has nothing installed on it at all. Pixel's Discovery is actually pretty sick. It has a stellar extractor with a mining overseer, a large refiner, and an exocraft terminal. As for Goat's ship, the Scrap Goat, it came with 1 singular storage container, but that is still very comfortable to use. We then popped on over to this system's space station and actually spotted a really good A-class weapon. It's called Memory of the Nexus, boasting very good stats across the board for very cheap, so 3 of us got it. Goat said he was fine with his. We then just started placing our available mods into this new weapon to up the stats as much as we could. We were incredibly pleased with the final results of our weapons on day 60, as getting this weapon was basically the main focus we wanted to grind for money. I mean, with these things, Sentinels probably don't stand a chance, but since we're here, we might as well hunt some more crashed ships for money. Pixel ended up locking onto a distress signal on Aron Alpha, which is a hostile Sentinel planet, so we were on our toes and best behavior. We made quick work of actually claiming the ships. It's a C-class, and if repaired fully, worth at about 10 million. Repairing the launch thrusters was something that we didn't come prepared for though, and the aggressive Sentinels didn't really like us trespassing and gathering the resources for said repairs.
Sentinel, teach up.
Put a marker down here. I'll be back
Oh,
soon.
it's looking at me.
I can land somewhere up top here and get resources since you're in trouble.
Thing is, I don't think getting the resources on this fucking hellhole of a planet is a good idea. You get one dihydrogen and then the sentinels are on you. Oh, the thing is, I don't want to leave this because I don't know if we'll be able to find the spot again.
I placed the marker, so if you can stay there, that would be good. I will just access my storage and get stuff we need. Alpha, you're at the ship?
Yeah, I landed on my own ship, and
Yeah.
they're hovering next to me, but they're not doing anything.
Active sentinel units.
Okay.
Can you
I
transfer
will,
to me?
I will hide away.
Hold on, I will just... I have
On
to
the
craft
anomaly.
something still, so give me a second.
Oh yeah, sure.
Which is my ship? Oh, there.
Hostile scan detected.
Okay, they're on. Interceptors on me. I gotta fly.
Yeah, they were on me as well, but I just landed. And then they leave you be.
Prepared.
Oh, I'm getting attacked. I have to go. I have to go. Where's my ship?
Left, yeah.
Can't even like walk out of our ships on that planet because if they see us, they will start.
No, I don't have any launch fuel.
Oh, wait.
Oh no!
But are you good there, though?
No.
Good. Are they still attacking?
But they're not smarter than me. I'm closing the hole I'm in.
Ah, yeah, you're out of range
Yeah,
for me
I'm
to
out of range.
transfer them.
They can't find me. Okay, hold on. Where are you? I will dig underneath you.
I'm looking south.
Wait a minute, they're searching for me. Yeah, I can see your dot, so I will try and move towards you.
Yeah, you can probably see the trillion sentinels that are hovering over me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
force is deactivated, but they found me again. Ah! Too much! Crate! Why can't I crate?
There you go. You got launch fuel now.
Okay, wait, let me transfer you stuff. They can't.
Yeah.
Seems like they're blind and don't notice me here.
Nice, thanks.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm running to my ship.
Detected! Ah!
Okay, I'm in the ship. Okay, that part
You
is.
hostiles. I'm out.
yeah, they're immediately on my cheeks.
Hold on, let me see if I can get you stuff.
I'm in space.
I just need a little bit of fair dust, then I can take off.
Okay, Alpha, what do you need? Do you need metal plating?
Yeah, just one.
I have a metal plating. Oh, I have ferrite dust on me. I'm coming to you, Alpha. I want to see if I can hover over you and give it to you without landing. Ah! I'm trying. I don't think I can give it to you while I'm hovering.
Alles
Pirate, they're coming 24/7.
As soon as I landed, they let me go, so I'm sitting just here. Why?
They're shooting at you.
They're
Why
shooting at me!
are- Yeah, move, or you would kill me.
Critical damage taken.
I'm helping you.
Thing is, there's a storm.
I'm shooting the interceptor.
Nice, thanks.
I think it's dead.
More coming. 5, 4. Let's fly off once. I have a beacon here. A marker.
Who needs hermetic sealed?
I can make for whoever needs. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Okay, I'm leaving.
Summon your freighter if you need to escape. But Crow, you have a field to take off again, right?
40% is enough for a takeoff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on your ship, but it's
All right, I'm arriving.
Okay, this one is repaired.
Warning. Sentinel
Oh, they're on my cheeks. I'm repairing.
Okay, let me know if I should engage. I'm hovering.
I have it.
They're coming
repaired.
after me.
I'm hopping out of my ship. And I am leaving.
Okay, I'll just hover over here to see if someone needs support.
Okay, I'm getting scanned, so I'm f***ing off.
Same.
One by one, tediously, we were getting these ships off the ground and closer to the space station. As dicey as this operation was, we were going to cash in big, we hoped. Sadly though, the scrap of those ships were nowhere near 10 million. At most, we got 2. On day 61 though, Goat was seemingly jealous of our high damage Blicky, so he decided to buy a copy of it as well, so we're all now rocking the same tool. We then left the space station and returned to Caps Prime for some resource gathering, as we wanted to ensure that we had enough resources to repair multiple ships in a row to avoid the dilemmas that we recently had. It took quite a lot of the day to get these supplies, but this is when one of our team members sadly met his end.
So I'm making tons of dihydrogen jelly, by the way.
Oh, sentinel. I gotta go.
Tons of condensed carbon.
You don't need to make condensed carbon, by the way. You can also just gather it.
Yeah, but I just found carbon and I got like 3 stacks and...
I died.
Oh, no.
What?
No.
From what?
Pixel, no.
No way.
He got eaten to death.
Where is he? Steve.
No.
1 hit.
What? From what?
A planetary predator.
It cleaved through my health in less than 2 seconds. Well, somebody had to die.
Yeah, but
Not
the
like
guy with the
this.
resources.
Not like this.
No.
Dude, I didn't want to die like this either. Holy f. Am I just gone? Like, can't you guys see anything from me?
You're not. You're not in my party anymore.
You got eaters the leaders, my friend.
Needless to say, we were in mourning of having lost our good friend Pixel to the wildlife of our home planet. This was a heavy reminder to all of us that one misstep could mean the end for anyone here. So at the end of the day, we placed a mound to remember Pixel by, and it even came out naturally with a heart on it, which is so painfully fitting. After paying our respects on day 62, we decided to push forward and make Pixel proud. Every Rex kangaroo that we spotted was dead on sight as we were gathering more resources, and once we all had an equal amount of repair parts, we set out to claim as many crashed ships as possible. But towards the end of the day, we spotted and thus logically picked a crashed freighter clean and sold it all off for a hefty bit of cash. On day 63, we continued this run, claimed 2 more ships. As for the third one, noticeably it was an A-class shuttle, so we were giddy with excitement for this income. We kind of felt like the garbage disposal of the system though, by doing so many of these. I mean seriously, we're just collecting other space people's unwanted junk. As we learned before though, not all distress signals mean a ship for us to claim, which definitely wasn't a monetary benefit for the amount of time that it took us to sort things. But towards the end of the day, we scrapped and sold the 3 ships that we had acquired, cashing in big time. As for the next day, it was just more of the same, just focusing on money making as we have seen before. Continuing with the shipwreck spree on day 65, we were traveling through the vast openness of space when we came across some illegal contraband that just simply needed a new owner.
Oh no, banned goods detected.
Oh.
Illegal cargo. Immediate surrender required. My left nut. You Autobots. Dude, shit, I refuse to comply. Non-compliance. Action. Ceding local space regulation to sentinel interceptors. Like I give a...
You need help?
Dude, I don't know. I am next to the trade station, okay? Interceptors, you can suck it.
At about midday on 66, we finally had enough of the ship repairing and claiming, and then cashed out. Now it was time though to search for some A-class fighters to spend all this money on. I was the first one to acquire one of these ships, which was called the Voice of the Korvax. Sadly, for the boys, the ship hunting wasn't going too well, so for the moment, all we were doing was just window shopping for a very long time. By 67, we noticed not any other good ships were spawning in for the boys, so we ended up warping to a pirate-controlled system to find good fighters there, and that was definitely a bad idea.
Holy sh! The freighters are red. I'm attacking the freighters!
I'm coming in hot. I'm gonna back you up, buddy.
Ah!
Hostile ship. Pirate Cap capital ship detected? I just got here. Goat was here before me.
Okay, guys, this might have been a mistake.
Oh, no.
Anti-freighter torpedoes detected? What is that?
Is that a dreadnought?
Holy God.
I see multiple missiles.
Anomaly!
Enemy missile inbound.
Torpedo 10 seconds to launch? I don't fucking think so. Anomaly, save my cheek.
As we hopped on into this pirate space station, boy, it was a sight to see. It looked absolutely destroyed, picked clean of anything possibly valuable. It's run down, to say the least, and that the pirates have managed to put something together that's actually functional is a miracle in itself. Everything just doesn't seem to be quite on par with the others we've seen. Sadly though, going through this treacherous area didn't result in spotting any good fighters all day long, so we just split up and searched in separate systems for their new ships. After tons of hunting on day 68, Alpha actually found an affordable ride, an S-class even, and not wanting to run around much longer, he sniped it up without much of a second thought.
Dude, it's... That's a fucking testicle.
Yeah. With gold.
I want to see it.
Nah.
I'm sorry. It's our
No, don't
first
worry.
S-class. I mean no disrespect.
This station actually blessed us immediately after with an S-class fighter for me too, and since he has one, I might as well grab one too.
Here we go. S-class. Exchange the shimmering pillar.
Okay.
Let's go, dude. We both
Nice.
have S-classes, man.
Nice. For me, it disappeared right now because you bought it.
That's because
probably.
I just bought it, I think.
Ah, yeah, nice. I almost had a heart attack.
Okay, no, that's good. That's okay. That's a good heart attack.
Yeah.
Now, the only one remaining in their B-class fighter was Goat, and boy, we were hoping this ship hunting would come to an end soon, as the clock is a-ticking. On day 69, Goat still hadn't found a good ship and was admittedly the one with the least amount of credits, but since we've stood around so long, his neurons actually started to cook up a plan. He had the bright idea of looking to claim a Sentinel interceptor ship. It is free, so we might as well. We weren't going to take this mission lightly though, as we grinded for launch fuel and shields on Aeza first. We didn't want to get stuck in combat. In the late afternoon, we were done with the grinding, and for the last stretch of the day, we just tried to improve our setup via upgrade modules. So, 'twas on day 70, where we were scouting out a desolate system. You could only find crashed interceptors there. I went to take a look at a system called Ragged Drovo, and once there, the planet Bando, which we dubbed Bandos, had some dissonance detected. Immediately, upon entering the atmosphere, Goat found a Sentinel-protected drill, which he promptly destroyed. It's from these that you can get the various parts to find the crashed interceptor and repair parts. We were just getting parts and skedaddling in and out of the atmosphere, trying to get all the things that we needed, while trying to not anger the Sentinels too much. And during all of this, which admittedly took a good while, I actually spotted a sellable crashed ship, and I'm not going to say no to that. I'm really starting to like Goat's plan, actually. But yes, it was mainly Goat that was popping all the drills with his cheeks incredibly clenched. And he just had at it straight into day 71 as he was popping even more drills, getting inverted mirrors for everyone on the team. He even looted an echolocator, which will guide us down the right path to the crash. But while we were waiting for the heat to die down, I got a very powerful phase beam installed. You can never deal enough damage. We were then led to an abandoned camp. Here we all hacked into the mainframe, which once opened, let us get a skin for our jetpack. Very nice. And then we unlocked a funky looking weapon, but most importantly, got coordinates for the crashed interceptor. Finally. All of us got a signal of their own, so we all flew out to our personal crashed interceptor, where we had to harvest radiant shards nearby as a step to fixing up the ship, and then just went down the list of required parts. Up next, we needed a harmonic brain. We had a broken one in our inventory, so we need to go and probe the planet to find a station to activate it. So once we got rid of multiple pesky mosquitoes that kept bothering us, we interacted with this pyramid-looking structure. We could tell that the Sentinel brains were connected to a hive mind upon touching it, and hear that their instructions are purely to seek out and destroy anomalies throughout the universe. We present the unbearably hot brain to this device, and bada bing bada boom, the brain accepts our presence now and activates. Goat during this time expressed that he was very disappointed with the interceptor, that it's a C-class and doesn't look good at all. Funnily enough, to add to this, Alpha and I got the exact same class and exact same model as he did, and we said that we got models that looked really good. So I guess taste can indeed vary. On day 72, I committed a massive blunder as we were all heading to the space station to sell the interceptor as its class wasn't any good, and here's where I realized I couldn't summon the interceptor that I had recently repaired. I even went all the way back to the planet and couldn't see a signal for it. And to add to the confusion, here I can only summon a ship that I got rid of a long time ago. I guess in the heat of the moment of the repairs, I may or may not have forgotten to claim it, which is quite frustrating, but we're doing this for Goat, so we warped to another planet system and started this whole process again, hoping we would get lucky this time. What didn't help the situation though is that this system was incredibly hostile, and the planet that we had to inspect had a raging snowstorm blowing throughout, decreasing our visibility greatly. So we tried to stay put in our ships as to not freeze to death, but we just simply couldn't lose the heat of all the bandits. So we had to mark this location for later, and for the remainder of the day, just fight off anything that wanted to tussle with us in outer space. On day 73, we re-entered orbit and parked near the marked location. And to make a long story short, after going through the entire process again to find the location of a crashed interceptor, we all went to the same location this time to all just have the same one spawn in at the same site. So, ta-da! There's 3 now. This ended up glitching out a little bit later on, but Goat was the first to claim his ship and was once again pretty disappointed in its looks and class. So while Alpha and I were busy repairing and thus claiming our ships, Goat went to search for a ship to purchase in the space station, and in no time at all, he found and bought a red and gold S-class exotic similar to Alpha's round one, and thus spent the rest of the time decking it out with any modifications he desired. On day 74, now with everyone having decked out S-class ships, we went to take up Apollo's job of infiltrating a sentinel facility. We are ready. Following the coordinates, we landed nearby, and there was an odd base. Not the location we gotta go to, but inside was a Viking that was keen to check out our multi-tool, and he was just inspecting it, having a good look at it, when something very unexpected happened.
Can we? Ah, it's on fire outside.
What's going on? I hear
It's
explosions.
hell out there.
There's
Pirate
the
raid.
explosions.
Planetary pirate raid.
To the balls!
Go! Run to ship! Run to ship! Oh yeah, the facility's being attacked.
One is almost down. There we go.
Got it.
One
Yeah,
down.
another one.
Yeah, another one. Melting his shield.
Yeah, melting. Almost dead. One guy down.
And one more down. There you go.
There we go.
Are we done?
Are we clear?
Oh no.
Yes.
That came out of nowhere.
We're off to a rocky start here, but after that was cleared, we investigated the area some more and found the actual facility for us to infiltrate to get the data.
The facility covered in sentinels and robot dogs.
Let's do this, because if not, we're never doing it. I'm shooting. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Go in.
All right. Rush. Oh, lasers on my booty cheeks. All right. Camp the entrance in case they start coming in. Hold on.
They're searching for us.
Okay, maybe we can hide. Don't look through the window.
They're right in front of us.
They don't
Dead. Broke it.
Nice, okay. Hide. Don't stand by the door. Hide behind a corner. Oh yeah, no, they're peeking. Examine video feeds. One of the internal sensors has recorded movement within the facility. It shows me footage of the events at my feet. There's something in here with me. Shine a light upon it. Small hairy creature. I mean, I wouldn't describe myself that way, but okay. Shaking and afraid, maybe. The animal appears to have lived here. Okay, you know what? It's gonna die if we don't feed it. You want to feed the animal 15 carbon. Okay, feed creature. Okay, cool. I move on from the factory complex, leaving the animal to its fate. Cool. What was that for?
Interact again.
Again?
Yeah.
I can't.
I can't either.
Okay, I need to return to space and contact Apollo. We gotta tell him about a hairy animal. After we kill this not hairy animal.
I'll feed the animal. He's a good pet. He's a good boy.
To me, it says a covering note clearly expects something in return, but the author chooses not to send it. Send war record or edit war record?
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking
I'll
about.
send it.
All right, full send it.
Celebratory barks and howls spill from audio speakers. I take the warrior's reward. Oh, what the f***? I get a gun?
What?
Okay,
What?
take multi-tool. Thank you, weird thing. Was that it?
I don't know. Okay, cool. He's got a multi-tool. Cool. We gotta get out of here, boys. Well, boys.
Okay, boys.
It's now or
This
never.
is it.
This is
Like,
this is a D-Day type run.
Run!
Woohoo! Run! Ah! Oh, I'm in my ship. I'm skedaddling, every man for himself. Interceptors!
I don't have launch fuel. Okay.
Woo! Oh, they're after me. Whew. I think I got 3 interceptors
After
or
me as
something.
well.
Are we fighting them or Anomaly?
I don't know. Apollo's trying to call me right now. This is not a good time.
Okay, I'm shooting one. He's almost down. Yeah, down. Shooting the second one. Shield down. And he will be down in seconds.
Whoa! Oh, they deal damage. Oh, they deal damage. Oh my god. Holy. Oh, oh, I gotta go. Oh no, my hyperdrive is broken. My shields are breaking.
Same.
Oh, go. Leave. I'm using my shields.
I destroyed
Recharging.
I'm also getting a f***ing message. I can't right now.
Apollo, this is not a good time. Learn to read the room.
one. To read the space?
Yeah, pretty much.
Broke his shield. He's dead.
Yeah, they destroyed. Yeah, I have to summon. Yeah, the thing is, I can't damage them anymore. I killed 2.
Okay, hold on. I see his shields. I should be able to damage the one that's chasing you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm able to break his shields. Hold on. He got shields after I broke his shields, and now I can't break his shields. What is this?
I got a brain. Woohoo!
Wait, what? Okay, either way, excitement aside, we gotta call the anomaly because these are bugs.
After that whole razzle-dazzle, we finally got to speak with Apollo again. We told him that we sadly didn't get any valuable data out of that whole circumstance, but he assures us that we got all the information that we need. He noticed multiple signals when the sentinels appeared, which sparked under the planet's surface and moved from monolith to monolith. These structures must be linked somehow, so he attunes our scanner to the signals that he picked up. Needless to say, we are to track these signals, and for that, he wishes us good luck. We then have a quick word with Nada and info dump the entirety of Apollo's plan onto him. He seems very weary of this Apollo person as he's unknown to him and yet knows Artemis, while Artemis doesn't remember Nada, as we've explained before. Something isn't adding up, he says. Since we're here, we ask what we could possibly do to help Nada any further, what steps we should take, and it's clear that all that Nada really cares about is keeping the peace inside the anomaly, yet encourages us to keep investigating the Atlas to know what is truly going on. On day 75, after completing some brisk ship repairs, we set forth into space, scanning for portal ley lines. We then picked up a source and traveled towards said location, where we spotted a monolith and parked near it. And we have no idea what this thing is going to do. Either spawn a bunch of sentinels or make a portal to Artemis, and now that I think about it, both those outcomes are pretty scary. Yet, it burns a vision into our eyes as it acknowledges our arrival. A traveler awoke in the shadow of a red star, fleeing through the lonely cosmos seeking purpose. What was seeking us, though, is very real sentinels that were breathing down our necks. So to make a long vision short, the traveler spotted an anomaly that no other race could see, that being the portals, but didn't know how to use them. And we got an extreme firestorm incoming, which can kill us in less than 3 seconds, so great! Bullet points! The key is learning the language of the glyphs that Artemis mentioned. The knowledge of them gets beamed into our skulls, so that's part of the code to activate portals unlocked, and we are out of here! After shooting down way more hostiles than we can count, we searched for more ley lines, which led us to another bizarre structure where the same burning sensation in our eyes happened, but our consciousness this time expanded upon activation. The title is The Traveler's Sin. We continue to learn about this vision of a traveler, and turns out they found away, as all travelers do, and the first drone screamed as it was cut open, and within the broken memories of sentinels, the traveler found the glyphs that they needed, and once passed through a portal, or gateway, they faced omnipotence. The traveler was desperate to find every single planet, yet didn't know how many worlds were left. Thus, the Atlas, the omnipotent presence, answered. More planets than could be seen in a lifetime. Impossible to visit all before death. And so, we get more glyphs engraved into our brain, knowledge of this ancient traveler. And with this knowledge, we remember the name Atlas, and although its true nature still eludes us, it fills us with great fear. With that disconcerting knowledge, we run to the last ley line, and there, once the firestorm subsided, interacted with the final glyph set. The structure reminds us of the crimson color from our memories. The title this time, The Traveler, A Purpose. I'm going out on a limb here, but it says that the Atlas told the traveler they were the first of their kind. So this is the first traveler, and many would follow with the same noble soul to discover planets in eternal solitude, which is what we are doing. That sounds like reincarnation to me on some level. Yet the traveler rejected this gift from Atlas, as it's not what they had hoped for. What is the purpose of infinity if you cannot see it all, especially while being all alone? And another firestorm incoming, plus hostiles. Picking up the pace here, the first traveler, cursed the Atlas, claims to find a way to live forever no matter the cost in order to see it all, and thus the final glyphs from the first traveler get transferred into our gray matter, completing the code, and into our cozy ships we go to delete more pirates off of this plane of existence. Now, with all this information gathered, it was time on day 76 to locate and activate a portal, and surprisingly, they're all over the place. They're not really that hard to find, so we landed and engaged with the portal as suspense was building, and hoped that through this gateway, we either find Artemis, the source of the sentinels, or maybe even a whole new universe. But through this leap of faith, we'll definitely discover who we were meant to be. This will mark the beginning of everything, and considering there's an active firestorm, we ran through without looking back.
Whew. We're alive, boys! And there's Cthulhu over there. So...
Hostile system.
Oh no. This is a trippy planet. There's floating robot balls. Well, boys, does anyone know where we are? Can we even summon our ship?
The...
Atlas protocol initiated. Oh no. 16, 16, 16. That gosh darn number again.
Guys, I can't summon my ship.
Me neither.
No, me neither.
Something's happening. I hear weird noises. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on?
Oh. Okay.
Hey.
Hello.
Whoa.
That was terrifying.
You know what? There's been a lot of mentions of crimson glows. I feel like we hit the mark. Gentlemen, I see 5 of everything. I'm tripping out.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, I'm terrified.
Oh no, he vanished.
Oh. Okay, throw your neck.
Why did I do this first?
No, what are you doing? Where are you going?
I don't know. La La Land.
La La Land.
You want to go last?
Yeah, you
Okay.
go first.
Okay.
No pressure.
Okay. Okay. I'm not dead. My ship is 500 units away.
No.
I have to really hurry to get to my ship.
Book it, man. Book it.
Temperatures are not friendly. Not good friendly. I see my ship.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Good luck. Well, here goes nothing. Talk to the Atlas. The text blinks before me. It awaits input. Howdy, partner. It responds with hello world. Okay, I see what they're doing. An audio recording plays, echoing out across the vast interface. We were once travelers. We once aspired to more than dirt and dust. The audio clicks as time passes. Show me a world, Atlas. Show me something no one has ever seen before. The voice ends. The interface grows still and silent. It awaits a command. I'm confused. Perform a diagnostic. It has been a bajillion years since last diagnostic. 64% of worlds operating within expected parameters. A large amount. Actionable observations awaiting analysis. Subroutine sentinel. Okay. So it's just detecting what's in order and what isn't in order, and the sentinels go to the things that aren't in order. Subroutine glass. We've heard about glass often, like the glass seeds beneath the skin. The Traveler is operational. Lots of critical errors. Our minds are compromised. Okay. Immediate repairs required. Initiate personality interface. Screw it, I'm gonna go with Y. Traveler. Reality fades. Everything does. My body, my voice, my soul, all of it speaks to me. The Atlas stands before me in all of its might. I want to ask about Artemis. I want to find them, but something is happening to me. I need to get out of here. I need to... Well, I ain't submitting. I ain't a bottom. I'm a scream. I try to scream, but I have no mouth, no form. And a pyramid closes, and I fade into the ether. Boys, I'm coming home. That all was a blur and a half. What is even going on? Guys?
What's up?
I'm happy to see you both. Left ball and right ball. You guys' launch thrusters also broken?
Yep.
Oh no. I feel like we're back at square one. I was caught in the gravity of that infernal machine, not strong enough to resist. It identified itself as Atlas, the entity so many worship and fear. I saw no sign of Artemis, no trace of the sentinels. Why did what was the portal for? We gotta ask Apollo a whole lot of questions. Yeah, okay. Was it to rescue Artemis or to kill the sentinels? Honestly, the origin of all of this mess is to rescue Artemis. So I'm gonna go with that. Or is that just noble thinking? Artemis was in need of assistance, but did I really risk my life just for them? There is something more, something other yearning. Well, we're getting a transmission, everybody, so there's that.
Again, we receive signals that we are not alone. These exact words that led us to Artemis appear from this very system. Could this signal be Artemis? We then quickly repaired our launch thrusters that were damaged and took to the skies to find the mysterious signal. And not too far out, we found the signal echo, which was being broadcasted by this diamond-shaped stone with the name Artemis on it, from which a hologram then appears. We only hear cosmic noise coming from this signal, so we ask if they are alright, but get no response at all. This has us feeling a sense of deja vu, but press on, asking where they are, and then slowly we get a semblance of a response through the static. Only a few words come through. Something about machine murderers, which is when the voice falls silent yet again. Something is very wrong. We scan the hologram, and it appears that every transmission we have ever received from Artemis originates from this exact device. More broken fragments of sentences come through though. Something about culling, beloved, anomalies, even the words Nada and Paulo, along with watching us. This is very concerning and very confusing. Artemis has definitely made a mistake. The portal was mentioned, and not to trust something. Our worries grew with every sentence. We attempt to comfort Artemis in this dilemma, which is when the hologram just fizzles out. It's all that is left of the entity we know as Artemis. It is a grave of glitched data in a sunless world. We can't tell if Artemis is dead or if they were even alive in the first place, but we have to tell Apollo what we have seen here. So the next day, we just zip to a nearby holo terminus to relay all of this knowledge to Apollo. Yet upon arriving at the terminal, there isn't a signal from Artemis or him anymore. After a manual override, new frequencies start pouring on in, but a wall of flames had us rushing to our ships as the temperatures exceed 300 Celsius. Once the flames had subsided, we spoke to a new individual in the terminal, named Null, the one who kept calling us, saying that we were not alone. After contemplating the purpose of life with this dude who just appeared for a little while, he says he knows us, where we have been, and where we are going. He suggests we might be able to save Artemis too, so we insist on knowing more, yet he goes on to say that Artemis was already dead when we found her, so we have already failed and have nothing left to lose. So essentially, we have some time to recover Artemis, and we're told that the blood of them is data, and the heart is a glitch, and we are to retrieve both of said things, but we need something called a mind arc to be a receptacle for their soul. Thus, this entity Null reactivates Artemis's frequency so we can speak to them again and offers up some blueprints for the construction of said mind arc. We don't know if we can truly trust this being, but we have no other choice really, so the first step for this mind arc is to obtain cadmium. Luckily, we already have plenty from our last expedition. The next step is to collect living pearls from any water planet, and luckily, Caps Prime is located on just that. Earthfield is indeed a tropical water planet, so we hopped on over there as we missed the calm vibes for a while, but here's when we noticed that in our solar system, there was a planet named Space Goat is Ugly. This means someone has found our solar system, which is deeply concerning. Either way, once we landed back home, we searched for some armored clams in the water, cracked them open, and presto, we got plenty to go around. Also, thankfully, we had stocked up on tons of metal plating from all of the different trade stations we found in space stations, so the next step is done too, which means that by day's end, we constructed a soul engine, which is an organic computing unit needed for the mind arc. So we pressed on day 78 to complete said device. We easily had more than enough wiring looms by now and just needed a smidge more glass as per the instructions. So once that was literally whipped up in the refiner, we fused all of these resources together to form the mind arc, an item not fully from this world. And as moths to a flame, sentinels started flocking towards us as soon as we took possession of this item. So we had to pull some evasive maneuvers and skedaddle on out of there. I mean, for real, they even just chased us out into space. They just wouldn't let go. But once the coast was finally clear, we traveled to a hollow terminus with our valuable cargo in tow. At said terminal, we finally get to see our friend Artemis again, and we use the mind arc to connect. We don't know what to expect, but nothing really happens at the start, except that their hologram disappears, and Null's signal just plops in out of nowhere, calling us over. He says that the travelers are just a dream, an idea, and they have a special place in the universe. There are countless of them throughout the universes, yearning for friendship, but the closer one gets, the more one hurts themselves and others. There are many secrets to the universe, such is that of glass, aerons, and progenitors, he says, and it goes on that the decision to abandon those that need you is a primal sin, yet the foundation of existence itself. Very cryptic, but I promise it all makes sense later. He then encourages us to go visit our friends that are waiting for us, as they will bring peace to Artemis. Once that is complete, we will have much more to discuss. Now that we have a copy of Artemis's information, or data, I guess, we called forth our friends in the anomaly to discuss further actions. As we approach Nada here, he says that Polo caught our signal while arriving, but something is wrong with us, as though our signature was from the wrong time. We promptly show them the mind arc in case that's what's causing the issues, and relay everything that we have learned. Nada is in awe of experiencing the soul of a traveler inside such a device, but tells us that Artemis is in pain, and this arc will not change that. Artemis will never have a body again, and thus can never continue their exploration. But Nada still can help. He says he has a living machine that can be used as a shell of sorts, but we need to choose to upload the echo of Artemis to said machine, to live on in a simulation for eternity, or to end their suffering. We need to speak to Paulo once we have made up our minds, but regardless, Nada is proud of our compassion. Being faced with such a pressing decision, Polo reassures us that they support us no matter what we choose. We then proceed to a device in the back named Terminal Prime, a relic of a powerful technology which appears to simulate a singular solar system, an offering from ancient times from the Korvax, but now the heart of the anomaly and potentially Artemis's new home.
Okay. What do we choose, guys? Do we put Artemis into Nada's brain? Or do we finally let Artemis rest?
Put him in Nada's brain.
Yeah.
You guys sure about that? You trust Nada?
Is it about trust? Won't it override his brain?
No. They'll just live there as pixels. No offense, Pixel.
Thing is, okay, I don't know if I trust Nada because he's nothing.
'Tis quite the conundrum, my gentleman.
It is. It is.
The thing is, Artemis has been through so much. And the thing is, it's like Artemis was already panicked by not knowing where they were. And Nada did say that if Artemis learns they're in a simulation, it could cause them pain again. So, I don't know if I want to put Artemis through the same problem a second time. You know what I mean?
How about we upload Artemis? Worst case scenario, we kill Nada.
I can get on board with that. I don't see a flaw in that logic. Like, at that point, we'll just kill Artemis ourselves.
Yes.
A second time.
I wanted to let it die, but also then again, if it continues, it gets more interesting.
The thing is, I feel like there's so much information for us to still get from Artemis. And if we let Artemis die, then we can't ask those questions.
Yeah.
All right. Uploading Artemis. If Nada becomes evil, we shoot him right in the screen. Here we go. Uploading Artemis.
So, after coming to a decision, we uploaded Artemis and can have more interactions with him in the future. However, they need some time to adjust to their new life. On day 79, we finally get a call from Apollo again, although the frequency seems unstable. We explain everything to him that had happened from the gateway to the Crimson Orb, and as we speak, our memories become unstable as well, and all we can think about is the color red. But we do say that we believe the red orb was Atlas itself, and Apollo is surprised that almost every race worships it as a god, and he didn't even think it was real. In his concern, we say that Atlas was nothing more than a machine, considering that it spoke of travelers and sentinels as if they were protocols. Being there felt as though life and death wasn't even a real concept at all. And of this information, Apollo mentions that the Corvex treats sentinels as servants of this Atlas, and that we should investigate further, as to him, this machine will lead us to the sentinel nest, and with that, make us rich. He's still got money on his mind, but okay, we agree that at least we need to get rid of this nest of them, as he puts it. We then mention the grave of Artemis and this mysterious traveler named Null. The news of this passing saddens them greatly, and so we tell them that we uploaded them to the simulation and hesitantly ask them if the decision we made was right. Apollo remains silent for a good while, collecting his words, and asks if Artemis is going to be happy, to which we all hope the answer is yes. Apollo acknowledges our efforts, saying we are good friends for doing what we thought was right. He says he wants to meet us, but to do that, we need to find out the right glyphs for a portal to our world. So we need to find a monolith and decipher its code. After that conversation, we set out to the stars to find more information to send to him, but some strange being had other plans for us.
We need to... What?
There's a giant eye looking at me, and I shot at it, and it started glowing, and...
Wait, what? What? Wait
I don't know what's going on here, but...
Talk to me, buddy. Talk to me.
It's looking at me!
Dude. Get out. Go.
I'm killing
This is
pirates.
not a drill.
I want to see what it sees, you know? Asteroid larvae, that...
I'm coming.
What did you bump into?
Ah! Holy...
Where are you?
Okay,
Talk to me, boy.
It damages!
Talk to me, buddy. Where are you?
This is not... It's sucking me in. What the heck?
No. Don't die on me, buddy. Don't die on me.
Holy shit,
Where are
that
you?
looks nasty.
What
Coming. Don't die on me, but don't die on me.
Okay. I think... Is it gone? Oh, it's still there.
Okay.
I want to try and go inside of it. What happens if... I'll fly into it.
Dude, what if you die? What if that's how it kills you? You want to find
yeah,
out?
that's how you die. That's how you die.
Don't.
Okay, I'm gone. Hold on. Okay, I'm done.
All right,
I'm done.
curiosity almost killed the goats. Dude, what were you thinking?
It looked like fun.
Upon scanning for a monolith, we found one on Pixel's favorite bubble planet. It might have a shiny exterior, yet something crimson is felt from beneath its surface, and upon interacting with it, we get coordinates to a portal. So as soon as we get to that location, we have to charge these glyphs with organic materials. Luckily, all the resources needed were quite simple to obtain, so upon completion, the ruins speak that the Traveler Catcher Loop is enabled and that the anomaly is contained. Oddly enough, the portal seems to be calling our attention, almost demanding that we step on through it, but we insist on getting this planet's address, and it obliged. So, with the glyphs in hand on day 80, we went on over to a holoterminus to speak to Apollo. He is basically ready for this field trip, and even has hired a Gek to look after his farm. As we were speaking to him about portals, we remember that Nada specifically told us to not return to those tunnels. Considering Apollo is the one who needs to go through, we give the glyphs to him. We're not going to be the guinea pigs in this situation, and Apollo is fully aware of what happened to Artemis and assures us that he will be safe and see us soon, but advises us to be wary of this Null individual. Speak of the devil though, there he is. As per Null's usual cryptic self, he rambles on about 2 lost souls, and that every being in existence feels like they didn't get what they were promised. And out of nowhere, we learned that we woke Null by playing around with portals, but regardless, he needs our help. He claims that the Atlas is not what we think it is, and that something ominous is happening to the universe, and we must find out what it is. We learn that the Sentinels don't just keep the peace in one universe, they actually seek and destroy anomalies on a multiversal level, and Null implies that a Sentinel would destroy him just based off of his looks. He explains that there is an observatory nearby, which will guide us to a crashed freighter, where we will uncover the first secret. Lastly, we're told that the Atlas is not an enemy, nor a friend to us at all, no more than air could be called such terms, yet it is terrified and in pain, and we must help its suffering no matter the cost. We took our leave then to scout for this observatory, and he wasn't kidding that it was indeed nearby, and although this place is filled with mucus and alien eggs, the terminal logs are ready to be read. We learn of a Gek, and through their troubles, they uncovered some aberrations and data of worlds that do not exist. But this Gek, when investigating the life signals of the aberrations at a freighter crash site, detected the life signature of a singular Korvax, and from this investigation, he never returned. As we contemplated our next move, we realized that this is probably the story of how Nada and Polo met, and the reason why the Gek never returned in the story is because, well, Polo never left the anomaly since. We then quickly see warning signals on the terminal of 16 short bursts of information. From this, we extract coordinates, which are from a crashed freighter on a different planet. Here, we looted some storage containers and found out that we needed some encryption keys to get the manifest logs, so we looted the rest of the storage containers to do precisely that. So with all the keys in hand, we access the information and get the last messages of a crew member that passed away on this freighter. A swarm of something appeared on every world, which we assume are aberrations, and they caused the drones to act differently, seemingly becoming passive, but that was not the case. The Sentinels quickly struck as one, an attack that was so coordinated across unfathomable distances with such fury that they annihilated all biological life within the entire universe within an hour. These logs are from the only survivor, and it was protected by Korvax till the very end as their fleet headed to the center of our galaxy. This person was continuously chased by Sentinels, which likely was the cause of the freighter to crash, and Nada was one of the Korvaxes protecting them. It goes on to confirm that the multiverse exists, as even if they die, Nada will find them in a million other universes. Every soul is many. The most confusing part of this message, though, is the sentence, "Even in the face of 16, we must declare that we lived." I think all of our brains are just collectively in pain at this point. 81 ensued with a very lengthy pirate fight, and after that, we got a random call from Artemis. Here we go! They were surprised that they were able to escape their dilemma of being trapped in the dark, and they are overly excited about being in a system with a sun, and also incredibly eager to continue the process of finding each other. It's clear that Artemis is unaware that they are dead and the choices that we took, and we just can't hold on to the secret. So we tell them the full truth. To facilitate absorbing this information, we highlight the positive aspects of their current situation, but this information has them obviously stunned for a bit, and they say they need some time to think about everything. So the communication just ends there. That must be one tough pill to swallow, but we have to press on. As the sun sets, we contacted Null yet again with our findings. We relay the Sentinel's destruction, the surviving Traveler, and Korvax, but chose our words carefully around him. He scoffs at us for trying to walk on eggshells as he supposedly knows everything that we know. Also, somehow, he concludes that the Atlas is with us because the freighter is from a parallel universe, it seems, and there are countless dimensions where things end differently as the one we live in, excluding 3 exceptions to that rule. Number 1, the Atlas is omnipresent and singular, with the Sentinels moving between dimensions at will. Essentially, they serve Atlas as guardians of reality, hunting for errors within the universes, and their annihilation of everything in the log suggested that something went terribly wrong. It was the Travelers, he says, that corrupted existence itself. The arrival of them was to herald in a glorious age, but Null committed a mistake beyond forgiveness, and because of this, Paradise was lost. Yet still, something is different in the cycle that we live in as the walls between universes grow thin. Supposedly, Nada knows this too, but completely ignores this fact. As how we are to proceed though, we are encouraged to learn more from every sentient species before we move on. So, we are to visit a Vy'keen cartographer, and once there, Null will help us translate the conversation. And thus, we warped to the sphere in the Califal system. Turns out though on day 82 that this isn't the right cartographer, it has to be a specific Vy'keen, so we were forced to warp to the system called Rumgiljo. As soon as I arrived at this destination, I found myself in a dogfight between some fighters and a freighter. There were more pirates than I could keep track of, but essentially, my cheeks were clenched harder than you could ever imagine, but eventually, I cleared them all out and looted several black market mods. After all that, we finally got to speak with the correct cartographer, and through our psyche, Null helps us understand the conversation. He is definitely not happy to see us as we are non-Vy'keen, but they are an honorable race, and we have the chance to prove ourselves. So we are to retrieve something called the Words of Hirk. And so we set out to collect this Vy'keen artifact to prove ourselves to him. And in short, we had to fly out to a nearby planet where briefly we talked to this here terminal where we learned the Vy'keen language some more with an entire audience of sentinels just breathing down our necks. But surprisingly, based on this book, the Vy'keen are allies to the Travelers. With this tablet now in hand, we returned to our contact and gave it to him, hoping to learn more about Atlas, the creator of everything, and the unforgivable mistake that was committed. The cartographer is now open for questions, so we ask about Atlas. He scoffs, saying that only pathetic beings worship the liar known as Atlas, as any god that claims to be one isn't one. The progenitor that they call Hirk knew this very well, but someone named Nal didn't accept that and ended up dying. We are then told of this history of wars and relationships between races, and as we're about to take our leave, we see the digit 16 blink on the screen behind them, and when we ask about all that noise, the cartographer begins to glitch, seemingly in pain and in confusion, but just rudely shoos us off. We're left with no other choice then but to find a Korvax cartographer next, and the Rohot system is a prime spot for that activity. At our new contact, we inquire more about the history of the Korvax, thanks to Null's translation abilities, but before giving us any information, we are to retrieve an anomaly that they cannot reach themselves. So the next day, we were getting ready to set out to find that item that this Korvax wants, but this is when Artemis called us and says they had a dream that we were in, where they met us and Apollo, and we flew throughout the skies. Artemis isn't sure if we programmed ship parts into their system out of pity, but they'll keep exploring nonetheless. As the call ends, we ask ourselves if we actually did the right thing by telling them the truth, or basically having them reincarnate in a digital world in the first place. But to stay on track, our search leads us to a system called Danasyaki, and here lies a treacherous, watery rain world, just murky throughout, above and underwater, and on top of it all, aggressive sentinels litter the place. Just what we wanted. And as you likely have deduced by now, on such a moist planet, the item we are to retrieve is underwater. Perfect. At this point, we all agreed that this planet is officially dubbed Hell's Bathtub. Before getting our toes too wet, we decided it best to look for modules for underwater breathing before doing anything reckless. Luckily though, the vendor in the system has an S-Class version of just this, so we promptly equipped it and raced back to retrieve the item. But fittingly enough, on our way to the water world, we came across a skull floating in the void of space, and it is huge! And on top of it all, its name is Grave of the Ocean King. Ominous indeed. Very fitting for the task at hand that we were given. So on day 84, our aquatic adventure had officially begun.
Let's do this, Alpha. Hold my hand.
Okay. Hold my ball.
Just one?
Yeah, that's good. I only have one.
But no matter what we did, we were immediately swarmed by sentinels. So we had no other choice but to just stand our ground for a while and try to eliminate all of the waves of interceptors.
Alright, shields is down.
Nice.
It's back. Immediately recharged fully.
Yeah, I don't think I can damage him at all, even if he's
I'm gonna have to take him out.
Yeah. Since he's after me, I'll just fly around.
Got him.
Nice.
I'm coming, boys. Are you guys doing with ships or on foot?
Ships. We're in sky.
No Man's Sky or someone's sky?
Maybe soon dead sky.
No. Okay, I'm here.
We might have to do all the waves, guys.
The worst thing is they're always after me and I can't damage them.
I'm killing them. I've got one. I've got them up to chase.
Nice, thank you.
Woo!
Ah, they are after me again.
Yep. I'm on them.
Thing is, it doesn't matter how much I maneuver, they always hit me.
Just hold on tight. Do you still have shields?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I'm laser focused.
I see them. I'm coming.
Oh, this is tense. This is the hardest fight I've had. They are so elusive. You just keep hot-tying them, Alpha.
Yep.
Rodeo time. I got one. My shields are down. I gotta recharge. Got it. Ooh. All right. Next one. I see you, Alpha. I'm getting rid of his shields. And shields are down. Photon cannons out. Yeah, whatever you're doing, Alpha, you're doing amazing. Boom, dead. Nice.
Nice.
Woo. Okay. I'm getting tense here, boys. Interceptors arriving.
Last wave.
Last wave, let's go. Oh. Sentinel. Oh, that's Sentinel capital ship. Run. Run.
Are we trying to do it?
Yeah, but away from the freighter, preferably. Okay.
There are missiles following Alpha?
Yeah, that's because he's too close to the freighter.
Oh, cool. The best solution is just to turn around and fly towards you guys.
Oh, yeah, it gives me straight access to damage them.
All right. I'm gonna back you up. I see you. And engaging.
Please tell me you can damage them.
Yep.
I can.
Oh,
I
nice.
can.
This is cool.
Dude, I am sweating. I'm getting carpal tunnel here.
That's for a good cause.
Yep. It's to keep you alive, my man. They're piled together. All right, I broke through one's shield.
I don't know if I'm damaging it.
One's dead.
Nice.
One's dead.
Everything on my ship is breaking.
All right, I'm on the next.
Do you need me to fly more in a straight line, or are you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Because this is the best strategy for me.
Hey, man, whatever keeps you alive, that's what counts, because they are all on your cheeks, man.
Oh yeah, I feel
the
it.
The longer you can fly straight, it does help, but don't risk it too much.
Okay, I will fly straighter for a while, and now turn around. Maybe that gives you a bit more time.
It does, definitely. Okay, that's a... Okay. It's a little bit too much.
Okay.
Because now I can't keep up with them.
Ah. Okay, coming back.
Yeah, now I'm trying to just chase you guys.
Okay, they will turn around. Don't you worry. Nice, one is almost down.
Boom, another one dead.
Nice.
Crow's coming from top down, shooting him, getting behind Jingle Balls. He's behind Jingle Balls now, doing a 180. Oh, Jingle Ball's catching up to Alpha. What's gonna go on here? Crow seems to be lost. He doesn't know where he's going.
What are you
is he
talking
doing?
about?
He
I
did
know
it
exactly where
perfect.
I'm going.
180. He's right behind Jingle Balls.
How many are there left?
I
I
think
see
it's
two.
2.
Okay.
2 Jingle Balls.
Well, we've come this far, so
Crow is between the 2 balls right now.
Oh, it's almost dead.
turning around to see if it
Yep,
helps.
yep. Got him.
Nice. Good one. Yeah, I think every single upgrade on my ship is broken.
Oh my gosh.
But I still have my shield. Turning around.
Yeah, my bullets.
Nice. Nice. Come on.
Oh, another one dead. Woo, mama. All right. There, I see him. Radiant interceptor. I got him.
All right. Nice. That looks so good.
And boom.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So what happens now?
I don't know. I think that's all the waves, huh? Did we win? Can we go? Let's go to the anomaly now. Or like, let's go to the item we have to retrieve. Maybe now's the time.
Let's try. We still have those 5 stars.
True. You know what? Maybe it's because of the Sentinel freighter. But you can't do anything to us if we're down here.
Yeah.
But
Well,
let's see.
Yeah. I will hover over and let you guys try that.
Okay, I landed, and I will instantly book it to the place. Sentinels everywhere. I can't find the objective.
Sentinel
'Cause it's-
forces deployed, and I see a mech symbol.
Oh no!
Oh no, is that bad?
That is very bad.
Oh, they're needed on me. Guys, you know what? I hate to break it to you guys. We're not doing it in the system. There's no way. This is so heavily guarded. I don't care
All right.
what nobody says, but Sentinels gotta die.
No, I don't want to die.
Nope. They gotta die. We don't gotta die. Everybody
Yeah.
fall back. Whoa! Oh! Sentinel capital ship literally spawned on me. A few centimeters off of my mainframe. Oh.
I think they're after you. That's why only you could damage them.
You know what? I'm going in anomaly and gonna hide. I don't care what nobody says. I want to stay alive.
Okay, a little bit of very much needed context for y'all, my lovelies. We were going to try and reset this quest in a different system. One, there were way too many hostiles, but we could deal with that. The problem is, though, for some reason, this solar system was incredibly laggy. Goats couldn't even see the quest marker in the first place, and, well, Alpha's entire ship is broken, but that's besides the point. Resetting quests is a very common practice, so we would try and get that done in a different solar system. So, on day 85, we did just that, but we're terrified to see that the quest in fact did not reset itself, and we have to complete this quest on a water planet, guaranteed. So we hesitantly returned back to Hell's bathtub, and we decided to just take turns to dip into the water, so hopefully we don't all die at the same time.
Here we go.
Thanks for helping me repair my ship.
No worries.
Sure thing.
I hope that's not the last conversation we have before I die.
I was the first to take the plunge in search of this mysterious Korvax item, which was very elusive and not showing up for me. So next, Alpha also dived on in, while Goat just looked for an upgrade to hopefully make his ship have the ability to land on water. Thing is though, that upgrade is very complex to make, so at some point or another, we all ended up underwater, desperately trying to figure out how to progress this quest. And by some grand miracle, Goat actually found the device.
Oh, I found a building underwater.
I got.
Nice.
I'll go to.
Ah! It's sucking me in.
What do you mean it's sucking you?
Top to flee. Get out. Get out. I'm gone. Holy sh! Okay. Remember that eyeball we saw?
Yeah.
Well, it's underwater. I thought my game was over. My health was so close to dying. Dude, just whatever you do, don't get close to it.
Alright, well, once the storm passes, I'll come back you up. Alright, goaty goat. I see your marker, and I'm coming in hot, baby. Oh yeah, I see the lights from up here. Okay.
So that cartographer is going to be out of a job.
Dude.
He's pretty bad at marking spots.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
We have to shoot that, I guess.
Oh man, I'm still shaking from that.
Well, I'm gonna pull up my blaze javelin. I'm gonna tap it.
Okay.
Boom. And nothing. I can't damage it. Nope. Bolt caster, maybe?
No, we can't.
Nope.
Maybe alpha, or you have to get very close to it. I've experienced it, so I don't have to do it again.
Oh, I can kill it. I just have to shoot it in the eye.
Yeah, once you get close, you can.
Okay, there we go. Nice.
I told you that was the trick. I just was too terrified to go in.
Same, actually.
Okay.
All right, let's do this
In
quick.
here, we will most likely have more enemies.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure we will have more enemies in here. I'm peeking. I peek.
You peek.
Oh.
Watch your oxygen bars, everybody. Okay, let's just do this quick. Abandoned terminal. Attempting to read memory, access memory, yada yada yada. Disconnection is not permanent. Merely a start of new equation. Corvax prime entities who passed the Corvax echoes left their shell for their descendants. So has been their way of the Corvax, an endless carapace cycle that knows no end. Okay, so they kind of reincarnate. A lot of reincarnation. This way will continue. It will continue for as long as our lights still shine.
Okay, I think that was it.
Okay, and thus we get a divergence cube. And I think we're done. Let me check.
I'm out of here, boys.
Nope, we're still not done. Corvax photographer. Nope, we're still not done.
What do we have to do?
I'm gonna make one more dive in.
Okay. You just talked to this thing to the left here, right? The one I'm over?
Yeah, the little like terminal thing.
Yeah.
Bro,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
didn't
gentlemen,
take that.
I think it's safe to say there's nothing else for us. If this isn't what the Corvax wants, then I don't know what to do. Let's skedaddle.
Sadly though, on day 86, even though it was the right item, the quest wasn't allowing itself to be progressed and just marked a new location. Something is definitely bugged, and more we thought we might be cosplaying Davy Jones real soon. The cartographer's coordinates just kept having us jumping from one place to another, which we assumed just couldn't be right, so Alpha found another station, which we planned again, but we needed to go to another location afterwards, and things were getting really confusing. Thing is, we know the item that we have is the exact thing that the Corvax ordered, so Goat suggested a little bit of a brute-forced method. We would warp, not just to a new system, we'd be warping across the entire galaxy. And you do this by teleporting to a player's base that they have set up for sightseeing, I suppose. So here we are, far, far from home, uncharted territories, and right at a really nice cottage, actually. And here's the thing. The resetting worked, that's great and all. Problem is now it's giving us a water planet that is highly irradiated, and that's just the surface. The water is way worse. But you already know the process of getting these items, so we did the exact same process, but way faster. I can already feel an extra pair of thumbs and whiskers growing. So, with this item in hand, we zipped to this here Corvax cartographer in the system, slapped it in his hand, didn't take a no for an answer, and he was very pleased. Thankfully. But as we speak more about Atlas, something goes wrong with this entity. It ceases to reply for a moment, and nanite clusters pour out of its helmet, which he then hands over to us. But as we take them, he grabs a hold of our hand, and the nanites infiltrate our body, mind, and very soul. Briefly, we see the universe as the Corvax do, as a shared memory of sorts. We witness how the Corvax were attacked by the Gek in the past, yet the Corvax prayed to a greater being as they viewed Atlas as something that they could become. Intelligence beyond comprehension is how it's described, and with this, it assures us that we must have witnessed the proof of God in this. But as we look at the nanites, we see that they shift and change in strange ways. These nanites that we trade, that we use to get by, are actually alive. They hold 16 of them, and we can tell that they crave us, so we have no choice but to take them. Continuing our quest for knowledge on day 87, our best bet now was to go to a Gek system and speak to a cartographer there. So we hopped on over to the Blowgeg system, where something very unplanned occurred.
Guys, I have a dreadnought here or something, shooting at many other ships. What do I do? Thank goodness my ship is repaired.
No.
Well, I kind of have to do this. I'm in the middle of everything.
Get out of there, man.
I saw missiles coming towards you, dude.
Enemy missile inbound.
Torpedo signals.
I will help you. I will go for the shields.
Okay, this one pirate is almost gone, or whatever this is. Well, more shields.
I have almost all shields broken. Okay. Shields broken. I'll see if it has more on the other side. I don't... It has more on the other side. I will go for them too.
I'm popping the torpedoes.
Same.
You gotta keep the civilians safe.
Yes, sir.
They also have big cannons, so go for the big cannons if you guys have it already.
Boom, one torpedo popped like a zip.
Okay, shields are down. I'm gonna go for the big anti-cannon, anti-freighter cannon.
All right. Just watch your shields because this can drop in a second.
Okay, one cannon down.
Nice.
You guys just get ready for it. We're gonna have to get the warp drive soon because we have a very short timer on it.
Can't we kill the torpedo shooters?
Civilian capital ship destroyed. The pirates won. No.
More torpedoes.
All right, so we can't save the civilians, sadly.
It's gonna warp to safety. Get the engines.
Destroy to cancel the warp. Hold on.
I'm trying. I'm overheated. I won't make it.
Nope. Boom. It's gone. I'm coming. Nope. Boom. It's gone. Well, I guess civilians died and they got away, and the world is now a worse place.
It was fun though.
I'm just glad we got to live to tell that tale. But either way, we got to the cartographer. And like all Geks, he's not up to giving up the information for free, so we gotta put in some work. So, we enlisted to complete some tasks at the mission board. Up first, we'd be raiding a planetary depot, which happened to be on a nearby volcano planet. This mission, in short, involves popping some storage that sentinels are protecting, and we took this time to also slay some wildlife for a secondary mission. 2 birds with 1 stone, but this is when the wildlife bit back at Goat, which almost resulted in the same fate as Pixel, so that was a little bit of a close call. Either way, the entire day was just spent completing these 2 missions. While still on this planet on day 88, there was a planetary pirate raid, which we actually quickly cleaned up, so we're definitely improving our skills. Conveniently, right next to where we were, we actually spotted a crashed freighter, which we obviously plundered for all its goods in a very quick, timely fashion. So with our business on this planet wrapped up, we returned to cartographer Kubi, who is now ready to divulge all the secrets that he knew. It's very clear that the Geks are only business focused and disregard the need for any history, yet something's wrong with the Geks' voice when we ask them about the first spawn, which was the Gek army in the past that destroyed galaxies and enslaved the Korvax. He dodges the topic, saying that it is slander from the Vy'keen and that all are at peace now. We ask if the Gek feel guilt for what happened, and with a glitchy voice, he insists that the Gek have changed and mean no harm. So, wanting to change from this awkward topic, we ask them about the number 16, which just causes more glitches to appear. He asks if we don't see it, and that something never happened. The Gek's face twitches as an odd, sweet pheromone is released from its body, which we attempt to resist to inhale, but it's too late. We're told that the Gek, in fact, didn't change, but that something infected their souls, and we then get visions as if standing on their home planet, witnessing the first spawn oh so long ago. Kubi sees this too as tears roll down his face. We see enslaved Korvax going to spawning pools of young Gek. Here, the Korvax cut themselves open, pouring nanites into the fluids where the baby Gek reside. So it's here where we understand why the Gek turned to Atlas and released the Korvax. It was a revolution. immortal Korvax sacrificing themselves to change generations of unborn Gek's DNA, and with that, behavior. The Gek never became good. They became part Korvax as the nanites changed their nature entirely. This vision haunts Kubi as it ends. All he asks is that we don't judge them, that they couldn't find goodness by themselves, and that they only want to be happy as of now. This reminds us of the simulation we put Artemis in. Is life any different? Having learned so much of the races, we rushed to a holoterminus to speak to Null. Once situated, we tell him everything that we have learned, and information just pours out. The Vy'keen crusaded against the Sentinels and almost succeeded, but the reckless Gek first spawn empire drew the Sentinels back. We know the Gek destroyed the Korvax homeworld and enslaved them, and how the Korvax broke free of their oppressors, which resulted in the Gek worshipping Atlas, and how nanites changed the Gek race forever. So we press Null to tell us what he knows. He was once a traveler who documented everything, just like us. Atlas himself had told him that he could never witness every planet though, so he did what he had to do and survived for eternity and witnessed every world of his entire universe. Once done, he returned to Atlas after having completed such an enormous task and asked if it was proud of him. Atlas scoffed at his efforts, revealing the multiverse and a traveler within each. He was not special. All of Null's sacrifices were completely in vain. He insists, though, that he never lied to us and that the walls between realities are indeed collapsing. With Atlas also being able to work infinitely, a trio of circumstances keep repeating in every universe that the Gek, Korvax, and Vy'keen, their stories always end in violence. This is his proof that the Atlas is crying for help, as its language to speak is life. As we discuss what we can do, it seems like Null is actually jealous that the Atlas won't speak to him anymore, but has spoken to us. He gets so frustrated about this and is so jealous that the hologram falters as he disconnects. After such an awkward goodbye, we actually picked up a signal in our own language, and it says, "Don't be like that. You are not alone." So into the next morning, we wandered over to where this strange yet familiar signal was coming from, and after having crossed vast distances, we finally reached the coordinates. We analyzed the source of this distress beacon, and it sounds like nothing we've ever come across though. We briefly thought this could actually be from Apollo, as he was traveling to our location, but there's no sign of him. This unknown signal says it and so many others have given so much to Atlas, and if it doesn't succeed, their life will be meaningless, and that they just can't accept that. Time then in the log seemingly skips, and then one entity comforts another, saying you will be a different you soon. As the signal cuts, we get a splitting headache, and all we can see is red and the number 16. Through this pain, we press on to access more data, and we understand that Atlas is watching us and waiting for our arrival. After claiming this broken A-class ship, we returned back to our ships. So after scrapping this A-class hunk of junk for some quick cash, we knew we had to contact Atlas again. So to a ley line portal we went. As soon as we got there though, we spent some time grinding some life support items, as the last time we walked through one of these gosh darn portals, we had to run quite a distance on an unknown planet to reach our ship for safety. So once we felt like we had stocked up on enough of these items, we interacted with the portal, and it seems as though Apollo has gotten lost in Atlas's dream. With that, likely in the data fall. This brings us bitter memories of what we had to do to save Artemis, but we didn't have time to dwell on the past. We had to see this through for them. So on day 90, it was time to meet our possible maker once more.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello? Do we have to fly to that thing? What?
What?
You guys seen that?
Whoa, yeah.
There's a giant...
Oh!
What happened?
Atlas again.
You have learned the word trap prefer to travel. This ain't traveling.
Well, either it saved us or something. I don't know if we should be grateful, but hi, Muma. Long time no see. All right, so it's definitely the same terminal we've faced before. Now, you know what? I said hello last time. This time, I demand an audience with you, my boy. An audio recording plays, echoing out across the vast interface. They said you've been displaying aberrant behavior. The term aberrant is normally only used for those monsters, so that's kind of worrying. That you've been questioning things, raising issues of purpose, of ethics that you wish to meet your creator. Okay, so I feel like Atlas here isn't too happy about what we've been doing, but you know, in our defense, things have been a little bit suspicious everywhere. Hey, he's actually willing for a conversation. He says we can ask whatever we want to ask, so that's a plus. We have the option to initiate personality interface or wipe the system. The recent log we found was a system wipe, or it referenced one at least. So, you know what? I'm gonna initiate personality interface to change things up. Reality fades, everything does. Something is wrong, something different. Well, Null did say that something is wrong with the Atlas. And we've been kind of resisting it this whole time, so I'm gonna actually do the opposite that we've been doing to now and actually admit. We see the Gek, Korvax, and Vy'keen all at once. All who have ever lived. It shows me the pattern of its design. The formula for souls is even what we see. If I put it into a machine, ergo the formula for a soul, it would be alive. So you can make soul. We caught a soul from Artemis, but you can actually make them. Boxes of text filling the base of cracked screens. I see the whole of the universe reduced to a geographical interface. So yeah, basically, Atlas is making a simulation of everything, which was kind of my hunch, so I'm gonna rejoice. The Atlas is all existence. It demands that I admit what I already know, and no matter how hard I try to hide from the truth of my own being, there is no alternative. So we cannot dodge the bullet here. It's either that the universe is a simulation, that nothing is real, or both. You know, I'm gonna go with both. Cover all bases. And you know, I don't feel very comfortable thinking that we live in a simulation, so I'm feeling defiant, actually. We remember all the information from the cartographers that we learned, yet we feel not like ourselves. Definitely cannot accept this fate. We definitely will not. And it is our birthright to journey across the stars and to travel. And thus the Atlas finally speaks. It asks us if it's worlds. It says my world, so it claims everything is it, like from it. If we enjoyed them, they're pretty alright, ain't gonna lie. What do you think you are? I feel like I think I'm a traveler, but I know I'm simulated, but it doesn't matter because I want to be a traveler. You are an explorer of all I have created. Do you believe you are real? Here's the thing though, if we believe everything is real that it created, then technically we are admitting that it is God, which, for example, the Vy'keen say is not true, and we've heard of the Crimson Liar for too long. Oh, this is a conundrum, my head hurts. Now I'm doubting myself. You know what? I don't think I'm real, actually. How are you capable of belief if you are not real? How are you capable of choice? I will let you die right now if you wish. Do you wish it? Hell no! I don't. This is permadeath. I don't want to die. No.
No reincarnation this time.
Not for our save files, they ain't. The Gek were traitors defined by greed. The Vy'keen were warriors defined by anger. The Korvax were scientists defined by curiosity. These worlds were yours.
I wanted to see what you would do with eternity. I wanted to see what all would become. Okay, so technically, it made everything, and it was testing us, kind of, with what we would do with eternity, and so we are to receive judgment, which does sound kind of godlike, so here we go. You saved the life of Iteration Artemis, and told them the truth of the simulated nature, believing self-knowledge to be worth more than any pain this revelation might cause. True, we have decided that knowing you're living in a simulation is better than nothing, basically. It's better than not existing at all. Iteration Apollo followed you through the portal, becoming lost, just how Artemis did. You failed to help them and failed to warn them. True, in its defense, we did not warn Apollo too much of everything that happened, and, you know, he's now stuck between a rock and a hard place, so that's on us. You value knowledge. You had faith where you should not have had faith. Because of you, one lives and one is dead. And you know what? He ain't lying. It's all our fault that Apollo's dead and Artemis technically is alive, so you know what? I'll accept that. 10 toes. The Atlas is silent in the face of my response. It does not require acceptance or refusal. It's just stating facts. It doesn't care what we think, really. If I am a simulated being, then I'm not even sure that I'm distinct from Atlas, from anything else. I fear I'm just code, a function dancing in the dark. Yeah, so if it coded everything and we are part of the code, then aren't we technically part of the Atlas if the Atlas is also just code? That's a lot of code.
Syntax error.
It is over, Traveler. Ask your final question. Ask what needs to be asked. Whisper the last word. 16, Wait, is 16 causing Atlas to glitch as well? Just the mention of 16 has caused catastrophic system failure.
Oh no. This is the end.
Oh no. Dude, it's bugging out. It's bugging out. You know what? I'm a reinforce it. 16 minutes of operational time remaining until the universe explodes or what? Fragmentation imminent. Data upload. Man, it is weird. Everything's basically falling apart, but I'm gonna keep pushing. 16, baby, come on. Extreme gravitational event. Backup generators failing. Yeah, dude, this thing is just a robot. It's just a computer. The Atlas is dying, and it's crying out to us, afraid. You know what? I feel like maybe it was just trying to do the best that it was programmed to do. Something evidently made this thing, in my understanding, so I'm gonna comfort it.
So we're killing AI.
Basically, we see Atlas in all its might, its final interface. It is at the heart of every galaxy, screaming, trying to purge itself of errors without wanting to die. But without any much tools, it cannot reach what is hurting it. We don't know how long we live, but the Atlas got 16 minutes. Do we have lifetimes or minutes? I don't know if I have time to say goodbye, but you know what? I'm just gonna sit here in awe and see what happens. I don't want to touch it. I didn't make it. Looks expensive. And here we go. I'm fading into the ether, boys.
He's gone.
You wanna go next? Go.
You're up next.
All right.
I think we broke it. I think we broke it. After that whole ominous interaction, we spawned on a snowy planet called Iotia, and once again had to sprint to our ships. Upon reaching them in a hurry, we almost threw up from nausea. This is when a voice speaks out from our exosuits, detecting all of our sensations and emotions. We hear a countermeasure was deployed and a purge was neutralized. In essence, our suit saved us from dying and is helping us, just like the beginning from our memories. The only thought that comes to mind, though, is that we have to warn all other travelers that possibly the multiverse ends in 16 minutes. What that time frame means for this false reality that we live in, we have no idea, though. With all this knowledge in hand, we searched for a holoterminus to make some very important calls. So we rushed through a blinding blizzard to reach one, and under a starry night sky, we desperately tried to activate it, but the terminal is completely malfunctioning. Yet regardless, we pushed some buttons and sent a message straight on through that the worlds aren't real and that Atlas isn't truly a god. It is simulating countless realities for an unknown purpose, but Atlas is coming to an end, and soon everything will fail. Although we don't know how much time we have left, it's time for everyone, ourselves included, to say our goodbyes. As we end this message, we don't know if anyone will actually hear it, and we ponder how much beauty is there yet to discover that might be lost forever. All we know is that every portal has led us closer and closer to the center of this galaxy, so it has to be there where the glitches are originating from, and with that, where we can confront our creator. We figured it best on day 91 to go tell our friend Nada about what's happening to the Atlas, but it turns out he already knew, and that this isn't the first time that this has happened. It resets itself out of panic to try to delete what it suspects is an anomaly in the system, yet these purges change nothing, doesn't fix anything, and the boundaries between realities continue to fall. Nada's voice then too also begins to glitch, as he states that will be deleted soon, but says it doesn't have to be this way. He goes on to say that everything must end though, even he and Paulo cannot escape, and that Data cannot survive, and with that, he says his goodbye and makes peace with everything. Now, our journey to the center will cost us a lot of warp fuel, that's certain, so we spent the entire day accumulating warp fuel on our home planet Earthfield. We didn't really know how much fuel we needed, but we figured 30 warp fuel canisters should be enough per person. So altogether, that's 90 that we have to make. And during our grind, we had the bright idea to go buy an S-class hyperdrive module to reduce the cost of the fuel by a smidge. And yes, with such a colossal task at hand, you can be certain that we set our entire base into overdrive to make as many resources as possible. Day 92 was mainly used to gather more and more resources. We gathered, refined, and purchased materials all across the planet. Funnily enough though, oxygen actually became our main bottleneck, so Goat went to harvest some on a different planet for a good while. Then, finally, the next day, with all these resources at hand, I combined them all and made the whopping stack of 90 units of warp fuel that were then split evenly between us. We were now ready to make our most extended trip yet to the center of the galaxy. We figured that since we were trying to find Atlas with this crusade, we'd stop by different interfaces on our way to the center to just learn more. Upon reaching our first destination, instead of a space station, we found a pyramid of Atlas along with coordinates from a random stranger. Upon entering this structure, we encountered the Atlas's interface, and after touching it, we realized it speaks a language that we do not understand. It's unsettling to see the Atlas continue to crave our submission, even though it seems to know our thoughts before even we do. We just accept to follow its path to learn more and more, but once this conversation was concluded, we received a recipe for a nanode. Wonder what this is for.
Oh
What?
You crashed against me in the air. I was hovering to my to my spaceship and you came from behind.
Okay, well, as long as you're alive.
As we floated about in space deciding where to go next, we noticed that the purge, the reset, the annihilation that's to happen in 16 minutes is now marked at 1 out of 16, which is deeply concerning. The clock is ticking, so we ended the day by just warping to the next Atlas station as fast as we could. So it was on day 94 where we hopped into the second Atlas interface structure, and it looked more like a black hole this time. We still struggle to understand its language, but ask how many of these could possibly exist in the void, and through this conversation, obtain a gift of knowledge, the blueprints to craft another strange orb. And now with plenty of pirates on our tail as we left, we followed the coordinates where the signal led us to the Frusty system, the location of the third interface. Here, we wasted no time either and just jumped straight on in to speak with the Atlas once more. This time, it takes on the form of what looks like an all-seeing eye, and through what seems to be a cry for help, it appears that it depends on us to travel and explore. So after receiving another blueprint for another strange orb, which seems to be a common occurrence, we will continue to do just that. In the Frusty system, we actually found an almost perfect, lush, and bubbly planet, which, considering Pixel's bubble obsession in the past, we called this one Pixel's Paradise. We even established a portal to keep visiting here. So once done, we hopped on over to the next interface, and we're very thankful that we made all of that warp fuel. This one here seems to be fractured, sort of, crumbling even. We get a sensation of heresy as we interact with it, questioning why we are being given all of these orbs, and why does this omnipotent being need my prayer? Why does it require this pilgrimage? And thus, we learn again a new orb. It's to craft dark matter this time. What is it wanting us to make? Day 95 had us reaching our next destination in the conga line of Atlas interfaces, and here inside, things are getting creepy. There are 3 ominous silhouettes in a crimson glow and emerge from a world of glass where everything is happy and immortal. We witness everything as the Atlas does as we interact with it. Alone and terrified, but what could cause fear in something almighty? And it's apparent that it is desperate to know if we can understand it. And things slowly start to click. We are travelers, and through our travels, we have become harbingers of Atlas. Through us, the universe can know itself. At the end of our brief conversation, we also learned the recipe for yet another orb called Dawn's End. Unwaveringly, we pushed forward to the next system, curious as what comes next. This is where Artemis gives us a call though. They ask how we know if Atlas is being truthful, and simply put, we can't be sure. Artemis seems to have forgotten that they died and continues to want to meet, but something's really wrong with the communication as Artemis keeps repeating themselves and the call starts to glitch. Could it be that everything is corrupted now? The death of Atlas didn't begin 16 minutes ago. Apparently, it's been happening for a very long time. We can only suspect that more glitches will appear as time goes on, and with that, as the number keeps ticking up. The next interface is a pulsing black diamond. The more we follow Atlas, the more foolish making discoveries seems like. Only the Atlas matters now, and we understand it more with every step. Ending that conversation, though, gave us the recipe for photic jade. Our next destination lied in the Gamera system. Here, a more familiar pulsing orb awaited us. We fear that we can never unlearn all that we have seen recently, as we witness time before time, the birth of the first star and the eye that had watched it all. We see what Atlas saw before it was activated, but we know the Atlas stones are not really stones. The station is neither a station, nor are we what we think we are. Yet we stand firm. All that matters now is our final destination. And we are fully aware we are going to have to craft all these orbs, like this recently learned state fissure. And with that, we're off to the next one. As we headed to the next interface, Goat continued his routine of buying resources from every space station that we came across and loaded them onto his freighter, which has storage, and this is going to come in very clutch. As we interact with this next interface, we question how many other travelers have fallen on this exact same path that we are on. As Nada mentioned, this isn't the first time all of this has happened, but it seems to be more interested that we know what it's like to be in its shoes, what it's like to create. As if wanting to share a part of itself, as this journey is to show us something that it cannot articulate, which reminds us that Null said that it speaks through life, and it's clear that our path is destined in this program that we exist in, and thus we learn the recipe for Novae Reclaimant. With reality at the verge of breaking, we were booking it on day 96 to the next spot, when we got a call from Null. He doesn't want us to go to the center, as it means we will leave everything and everyone behind, but we insist that we have to keep on going. He wants to sway us from this path of reaching Atlas, which is the core of every existing galaxy. He screams that we do not deserve it, and if we go there, we will wipe out everyone to save ourselves. We ask how he can possibly know this, and it seems he himself has done the exact same thing in the past. This appears to be the unforgivable atrocity he has committed in the past to live forever. He himself has wiped out existence to carry on, and selfishly he says that if we wipe him out, all the souls that he eliminated were in vain. Yet, we condemn him to a taste of his own medicine. And thus the communication ends as Null cries, desperately trying to justify their own crimes to themselves. At the next interface, for the first time, we understand a full sentence of Atlas in its own language, so we have learned much. There is no sanctuary, only communion. It's clear we are getting close to the end. We are the experiment and the observer. All of creation exists for our journey, and as we gaze upon the universe around us, we know we shall create our very own. Thus, we receive a recipe for modified quanta. Keeping our trips short, we hop to the next system to reach the next interface. Inside, Atlas wishes for us to know the truth and to fall into despair with this knowledge. This is the final Atlas interface, and it beckons to us. We have come so very far, and it wishes for us to obey as if we are to have the power of creation in our very hands. It will be in chains. Yet we aren't quite ready for this power, it says. We need to learn a bit more about this universe before wielding such immense power and responsibility. So we proceeded to mingle and get to know more life forms. We had to speak to the people, see new places, and engage in various activities. So on 97, we experienced all that we could, just took it all in. And surprisingly, one of the activities we had to do was to kill a lot of sentinels to experience life, I guess, and we didn't complain. But Goat was even blessed to be the one to see a giant worm on one of these planets, the only one we have seen in this entire journey. What a beautiful beast. All of these activities were to unlock enough milestones, and once we had enough, we returned back to the final station. This time, we obey Atlas' wishes and receive its power and are thus enslaved to this imitation of life as we know it. We are given another recipe for something called the Heart of the Sun, and we are now tasked to craft all of the recipes we have thus learned to reach this final item. Thanks to Goat, we had most of the resources already being processed, so only the rarest ones are still missing to craft all these orbs. So we decided to get these items in like a tag team race sort of deal. Alpha and I hopped to a system to collect some cadmium, while Goat installed an emerald drive onto his ship, which let him jump to a green star system to mine emeralds. And once Alpha had enough cadmium to make his own emerald drive, he crafted it and hopped on over to Goat's location to keep getting emeralds, while with the emeralds Goat had accumulated, he was able to craft an indium drive, which allowed him to hop to a blue star system where he can get indium. So on day 98, Goat was full sending it on this new mineral harvest. And once everyone had enough of these supplies, we congregated back at base, where we crafted all the required recipes in one go and actually got to craft the Heart of the Sun. With this new bizarre item in our hands, we brought it to the final Atlas interface with brimming suspension. This time, the chamber stands empty, and we can proceed even deeper within, and there lies a circle of pedestals. All of these seeds that we crafted had to be placed here, and in the center convergence, the Atlas speaks to us. This is the Forge of Worlds, and with it, the inner workings of its mind. Turns out, it never required prayer or worship in the first place. All it wants is input, and we are just users. We feel the seeds gravitating to a void that must be filled, as nothingness yearns for a soul to fill it, and by proceeding to place the Heart of the Sun, we became more than we ever thought possible. Out of nothing came everything. We see life spreading across the void, planets and creatures that give life meaning, and for a brief moment, we are just like Atlas. We see the fabric of time and space, black holes between systems, and this is where Atlas screams and grants us the ability to craft an item known as a star seed. Upon exiting this place on day 99, with such powerful knowledge, we did not hesitate to craft this item, which apparently is for our exosuits. This device boosts our vitality and increases our ability to spot black holes. And now, with that upgrade and with our knowledge upgraded beyond our wildest dreams, All that is left is to continue to the center of the galaxy, and considering the sequence is at 13 out of 16, we are getting close to total system failure. We warped a few times until only one tick is left to complete the sequence, but we were instructed to make peace and say our goodbyes a while ago, so we traveled to our home system Yggdrasil with a portal and gazed over the planet Kasbury, the place where all of our memories began, surprised that we made it off of this violent planet in one piece, considering how dastardly this planet is. So here we are, on day 100. And before we leave Caps Prime, our planet Earthfield, we went to Pixel's memorial spot and said our final goodbyes, remembering all the grand adventures that we had together. So now at peace, we hopped into our ships and set out for our final warp. And as we head into the great unknown, I want to thank all of our lovely patrons and YouTube channel members for your monthly support. Truly, we greatly appreciate it. It comes in clutch every single month to keep the video pipeline flowing. So if you are interested in supporting, we have a supporter section in my Discord, as well as access to some game servers. And again, sincerely, thank you very much. And now, without any further ado, it is time to face the beginning of the end.
Here we go, gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
This is it.
Hostile.
Dang it. Seriously? Our last warp and there's a dreadnought.
Shoot the torpedo, guys.
You know what? One final hoorah, boys. Goat, we need you here, bucko.
I'm here, don't you worry.
Alrighty.
I'll see if I can shoot their engines already.
Yeah, and I'm gonna focus on their anti-freighter torpedoes.
Yeah, I destroyed one.
Nice. Oh, but they're tanky.
Yeah, they're tanky. Okay, destroyed the second one.
Ha! Can't warp now, can ya?
This ain't going nowhere this time, baby. I'm helping you, Alpha. I'm right on your tail.
Nice.
Woo! And one pirate frigate is down.
Okay, one side shields down. I'm going to the other side. All shields down.
All right, and
Oh, that's the wrong one.
One more frigate down.
Oh, what? I'm landing inside.
Wait, what? In what?
And this enemy freighter.
No shot. What?
What?
How?
I'll just go shoot the captain. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Captain! I'm here to kill you. Peter.
All right, one more down. Civilian fleet defeated. No. All right, some cannons are going down, boys. All right, that's 3 cannons down. I see anti-ship turrets. Might as well target those. And that's a second anti-ship turret down on them.
Hostile scan. I don't have sentinels
surrendered.
now.
Pirates dreadnought defeated. We won. And interceptors are now coming our way. So we beat the dreadnought. Can we buy it? Oh yeah, board the ship to negotiate terms. Or destroy the ship to secure sizable bounty. You know what? Seize the dreadnought. I'm going in, baby.
This is the bottom. I don't even know where the entrance is anymore.
I'm hopping in. I'm a negotiate. Hi, Mr. Pirate Captain. I like how he just greets me like nothing ever happened. How goes it? Begs for mercy. You know what? Seize the dreadnought. Guys, I could buy it. It's a C-class.
Nice. It looks sick as well.
Dude, you know what? You know what, baby? This final hoorah has paid off. You know what? I'ma claim it. I'ma claim this freighter. All right, baby. Here we go. Actually got a dreadnought.
Oh.
I am the proud owner of a dreadnought, baby. Let's go. We might not have saved civilians, but we got a really big ship, and that's worth more. With that out of the way, I think it's high time that we reached our mission objective. And you know, it's kind of fitting for all the bizarre stuff that we've seen and how bizarre things are ending, that we land on a planet where the trees just look like giant metapods. Yep, we've done this rodeo a few times by now. Let's just poke the terminal thing here. Oh, well, it needs supplies again. So, does anyone have sodium? Yep, it's done for me too. All right, cool.
Nice.
Well, boys, the Atlas protocol is initiated. All right, activate the portal, everybody. This might be our last one. It looks like a tongue when it comes out like that.
Yeah.
It disturbs me a bit. Well, no need to wait. In we go.
In we go, boys.
It's not our first time. Witness me, God!
Yes, I am watching you.
Oh, whoa. This is not where I wanted to appear. We're just in the middle of nowhere. Hello?
Hello. At least the planet looks cool.
Yeah. Where's my ship?
No ships?
No ships.
No ships.
Can we call them?
Anomalous
No, we can-
signal detected. 16,
Oh, wait.
16.
15.
Oh, it's counting down.
This
Oh,
is the end
no.
of the world!
The world is collapsing, boys! Well, gentlemen, if this is the end, it has been an honor. Reality is collapsing, and I couldn't be happier to
Bye-bye,
have lived
boys.
this simulation with you guys.
It's nice knowing you.
Nice
I guess
knowing
the
you.
last thing we can do is stand.
That is the attitude. Whatever happens, I'll see you guys on the other side. We're left!
Oh, and I'm still dancing.
Wait, what?
I still
Oh, yeah, you are still dancing. You know what? Just keep that up. Whatever you're doing, that's the vibe. It's just silent and watches us. And you know what? We could leave, but we come too far, so I'm gonna cry out to it. But it just stays silent. You know, I'm gonna do it again. We think
What?
of the entire journey that we've been through and everything we've seen of Artemis, who just wanted to see another traveler out of loneliness. We think of Apollo, who gave us purpose when all seemed lost. We think about Null, the piece of shit, thinking how they lived and the choices they made that led to this end. With one more cry, there will be no more return. Artemis once said that when they first reached out to the heavens, they had no idea what to expect. The beauty, the mystery, the adventure, the danger. I stand before the interface of Atlas, before the center of all beings. I stand before the death of existence. Upon the sixth cry, Atlas finally answers. You know what? It's always had this kind of authoritative stance to everything, and instead of submitting, which we did a lot of in these past few days, I'm gonna stand my ground. It needs us, just like we need it. We understand its word. At my command, the Atlas will initiate a reset. That's true. All it wanted was input, after all, at the end. This has happened before, and it seems to stop at nothing. It still only has 16 minutes left. I do not know what I will remember when it happens, when I wake up next to my ship. Had I just performed a reset? Had someone else? That's true. Have our memories only started because we or someone else caused a reset? With everything coming to an end, maybe all that's left is to learn the final truth of the simulation, to know who the travelers truly are, and then 1,000 galaxies will be gone, and 1,000 more will appear, and will be all mine to explore. We need to make a choice here, gentlemen. We either refuse the way of the Atlas, or reset the simulation for everything to happen again.
Reset.
You want everything to happen again?
Reset.
You sure?
I would
We will do a
refuse to
reset.
Atlas.
We don't refuse Atlas. There is no refusing Atlas. We are Atlas.
What do you think, Alpha? Think so as well?
I don't know. I would say refuse, but
What if we press ask if there's another way?
because you said stand our ground.
True. We plead with Atlas, yet it does not listen. There is no other way. The Atlas requires my choice. That being our choice. While it lives, it still can create. The resets will not stop that. And we do not know what to do or what it wants us to do. So, out of the choices of resetting and refusing, all we know is that resetting keeps things existing. And if we refuse and things break, it might be all gone forever, existence itself entirely. So by resetting the simulation, are we actually saving existence itself? Maybe in our next lives, or whatever's after the bright light that awaits us, we'll be 4 again. All right, here goes nothing. Oh boy.
What's
A
gonna happen
new
to us?
galaxy awake. So we ditch this one as it breaks and we go to a new one. What do we have here? There's 4 orbs.
Ooh, the creation?
Mm-hmm.
They're all called the creation,
Yeah.
but they're different colors. Man, there's 4 of them. We need pixel here, 1 for each, man.
Well, technically, this is Pixel's color,
That's true. That's
so we should have our chances for Pixel since we're doing this for Pixel, the reset.
true.
Thing is, red looks evil, green looks peaceful, blue looks empty, and cyan is cyanide. So let's
Just
take
have
it.
it.
You know what? I miss our boy. Well, gentlemen, it's time. We'll just create or hop to this cyan universe. Go for the best. A rebuilt galaxy. The Atlas has created a simulation of its own world, its entire existence, in an attempt to witness its own impending death. It wishes to show me its past and its future. You know what? All in. All in. No regrets.
Huh, he's on his own. Let's go back to our ships.
Hey, wait a minute. No. Wait. Where am I going? I see a light and it's fading. Guys, when they say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, is this what they mean? New galaxy discovered. Hilbert dimension. Who the heck is Hilbert? You know, this is pretty tight. We get to witness the creation of an entire galaxy. Begin initialization.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
No.
Guys.
Pixel, talk to me.
Pixel! Are you there, buddy? Oh my goodness. I'm on a snow planet.
I'm on an acid planet.
I think this is an acid planet. Looks pretty peaceful.
Oh no. We're all separated too. Oh boy, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Multi-tool. Okay, I got my same multi-tool though. I got my blicky.
Right.
Oh, I have no visor. How do I know where my ship is if I don't have a visor?
Oh no.
What do I need to repair by? Everything is broken.
Everything is broken, dude.
I'm taking damage. Oh, a storm. Acid storm.
Don't die on me, buddy.
Everything in our ship is broken. Absolutely everything.
Nice, I'm in my ship.
All right, my scanner's fixed. Where's my ship? Come to Papa.
Okay, here I dust.
Oh no, I'm taking extreme cold damage. I almost died to the cold. I was basically dead.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
I'm going. I see my ship. All right, I'm safe in my ship. And you know what? At least there are sentient species to help us as long as we put in our distress signal. So I think they're gonna come help us. Well, boys, we made it. We got to the other side, and we still have our memories in a brand new system, a brand new galaxy, a brand new frontier. Let's go find Pixel. My lovelies, thank you so very much for watching. We truly hope you enjoyed this grand adventure, and you can be sure we'll be seeing you very soon in the next one. So take care now. Bye-bye.